We are live at Coletco for Friday night's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We are going to get this party started right now. Mike Massey. Mike, you've been beating Carlene and Craig. Crazy. They've been off their game, Carlene and Craig. Alex and Trey beat them too. Craig, 4th place tonight. Where's Carlene at? Carlene's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Carlene, you didn't make the top 10. Usually you and Craig's 1 and 2. All right, let's see. Let's turn off, or let's copy that link. All right. Okay. Let's see here. So we're about to get this shared over on Instagram as my next move. Let's see here. There we are. Share, copy link. Let's get this over here to our story. Let's go. Alrighty. We've got new vinyl on sale. I got 2 crates. And let's see here. I guess I've got it shared everywhere. Let's go to our chat. We're ready to sell. We're ready to sell. Let me put those away. All right. Did I pull those from there? Yeah, that was from Wayne stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Alrighty. Friday. Let's see what we got over here in this crate. This had some of those new releases from the other night. What extreme? I just saw somebody commented on one of those old posts. Let me go find my other phone. And this happens a lot. I get notifications from old, where I've shared videos and people say, Chad, I'll take one of those. Let me try to find that. David Sosby, he commented on last night's shared video, I'll take an Extreme 6 if you have one. And that was what I was about to show. So we'll go ahead and make that the first sale of the night. David Sosby wants an Extreme 6. And I'm going to go ahead and reply to him. Thanks, got it. And somebody just commented on the flip video. Let me turn off the comments on that, because we're about to start showing that and I can't take any more claims on that. All right. So I want to go through this crate first. Let me take this one off the table. This green one over here is the one. This green one over here is the one I want to go through first, because it has some new releases from last week, or maybe earlier this week. So let's go through that first, and some older stuff. This will be our first warm-up bin of the night, new vinyl. We don't have any new stuff to show you as far as new vinyl. We've got new vinyl on sale, and we're going to do a recap of the stuff from last night, which is a lot, a whole lot. So we're going to go through some of that. Let's see what we have in here. Lou Reed, Transformer, Record Store Day Essential 50th Anniversary, white vinyl. That is $33.99. We have Black Sabbath Volume 4 Remaster, gatefold. These sound very good. Black Sabbath Volume 4 is $33.99. Now that's what I call Country Classics. That's a compilation on colored vinyl from the Now series, $34.99 on Now. That's what I call Country Classics. Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss. Slayer is $36.99, and the classic Cream Disraeli Gears, Sunshine of Your Love, $31.99. Also Strange Brew. Queens of the Stone Age, Like Clockwork, $36.99 for Queens of the Stone Age. Kiss, Music from the Elder, that's the German import. Kiss, Music from the Elder, $49.99. We have 2 copies left of the Bad Company Holy Water. Holy Water is colored vinyl from Friday Music, $44.99, an album later in Bad Company's discography. That came out in 1990. That's why the reissue of that one's been popular. We have Rush Hemispheres along with a lot of other Rush. We have had some people come into the store asking for Rush albums. I think a lot of people know we have all the reissues in stock. We've got everything from self-titled to Hold Your Fire in stock except Signals and Grace Under Pressure. Signals and Grace Under Pressure are the 2 that we're missing in the Rush discography, but everything else, we have it. We have Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, $49.99. 2 LP, Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, $49.99. The Police, Regatta de Blanc. The Police is $31.99. And the Grateful Man's Working Man's Dead. Grateful Dead is $34.99. $34.99. Shine Down, this is The Sound of Madness, $36.99. White Vinyl, Shine Down, The Sound of Madness, $36.99 on white vinyl. And Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, Geezer Butler, Ronnie James Dio, Tony Iommi, Bill Ward. That's all of the original Black Sabbath except one person, Ozzy. That is replaced by Ronnie James Dio. First Ronnie James Dio in that Black Sabbath catalog, that is $39.99. I was listening to some of that last night. Rebecca Barber wants the Now Country compilation. That's sold to Rebecca Barber. Here's is $36.99. $36.99. New and sealed 180 gram remaster. Bad Religion, Stranger Than Fiction is $28.99 for Bad Religion. Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire, Rage Against the Machine, $31.99. Rage Against the Machine. Born in USA, Bruce Springsteen. These are all new and sealed, $33.99. Grateful Dead self-titled. Really surprised we hadn't sold out of these Grateful Dead remastered reissues. We still got Working Man's Band and self-titled, $29.99. Dave Matthews Band, $39.99. Under the Table and Dreamin', $39.99 for Dave Matthews Band. De La Soul, Booloon Mind State. This is sealed. It's I know it looks like it's open, but it's just got split open there. That is sealed. $33.99. Ed Sheeran X, $33.99 on that as well. We have plenty, all of a sudden, plenty copies of Judas Priest, British Steel, $29.99. British Steel by Judas Priest. The new Extreme album, which we've already sold one tonight. Here's another. This is called Extreme 6. We had Porno Graffiti last night, too. This is limited edition red and black marbled vinyl, $46.99. $46.99 on Extreme 6. Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, $44.99 for Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. Music on vinyl pressing, $44.99. We also have Secret Treaties for $44.99. The new Jason Isbell, and the last one that is available, Jason Isbell in the 400 unit, natural colored vinyl, $33.99. And last two in here is You Don't Mess Around with Jim, $33.99. And Love and Rockets, Earth, Sun, and Moon. The band's third album contains no new Tale to Tell, originally released in 1987, $33.99 on that. I may do a mic change in just a second. Everybody's like, mic sounds scratchy. It's weird. That's the weirdest thing in audio and vision or audio production, is how my mic can sound bad with some of y'all, but some of y'all it sounds good. Now, what in the world causes that? That's not a mic problem. That's some kind of connection problem, but that's weird. But anytime I change, it works good, so... Okay, new mic. Maybe that works good for everybody. That's strange though. I mean, it's like some people say my mic sounds bad. Some says it doesn't. So that's obviously a connection between the mic, I guess, and the... Tanner's playing a water bottle. Wow, never seen that before. All right, let's see. Did I miss any other claims? If not, I'm going to go ahead and go into a crate of on-sale new vinyl. Hope you're ready. If you're tuning in at Friday at 7:16, you're going to get some deals. Final call on everything in here. Love and Rockets, Jim Croce, I almost said Jim Isbell, Jason Isbell, BOC, Extreme, Judas Priest, Ed Sheeran, Boo Loon, Mind State, De La Soul, Dave Matthews Band, Grateful Dead, Bruce Springsteen, Rage Against the Machine, Bad Religion, Black Sabbath, Shinedown, Grateful Dead, Police, Queens Rock, Rush, Bad Company, Kiss, Queens of the Stone Age, Cream, Slayer, Now That's What I Call Country, Black Sabbath, and Lou Reed. Take in the new vinyl on sale. There's 2 crates. It's going to be gone, and then that's it probably for till we have some kind of either special sale in the store or about 2 more months when the new dates. These are actually a couple months from being 1 year old. So most of this stuff is marked July and August. So I usually stay a couple crates ahead. So I've got these green stickered what the on sale price is. I think I've got them sorted. $19.99, $24.99, etc. I don't know what's first. We're about to find out. Be sure you claim whichever you want in here by the title. I don't think there's too many same artists back to back. I think I've separated those, but let's see. Okay, yeah, this first batch is $24.99. Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. These are all new and sealed LPs. They are marked down to $24.99. These first ones are all $24.99. Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. Most of them, there's only 1 copy. There's only a couple in here I've got more than one of. Amy Winehouse, $24.99. Eminem, Recover. That was originally $43.99. That's now $24.99. Got 2 of these. Lady Gaga, The Fame. That has one of her hit songs called Poker Face on it. That's $24.99. And we have Foo Fighters, There Is Nothing Left to Lose. That is $24.99. That was originally $33.99. Foo Fighters is $24.99. And Terrence Trent D'Arby, Introducing the Hard Line. That's from $37 also to $24.99. Fred Carnell first on Amy Winehouse. Chad Holder first on Eminem. Neil Brashear first on FF, which is the Foo Fighters. Got Terrence Trent D'Arby and Lady Gaga. Tanner, these are all green stickered, so don't have to worry about writing down the price on these. Mike got this marked $20 off. This is Derek and the Dominoes. The unreleased rarities, obscure cuts from 70 to 71. Eric Clapton and Derek and the Dominoes. That is $24.99. $20 off on that. Of course, that is an unofficial. Paul Brothers and Thomas Bowman both want a Lady Gaga. Those are sold and sold. Both of those are gone. So we got TTD and Derek and the Dominoes. This was originally $48.99. Now it's $24.99. Music on vinyl, Elvis Costello, Spike. Classic album available as a 2 LP for the first time ever. Green vinyl, limited number to 2,500. That's $24.99. At the Movies, from Music on Vinyl, Venom, limited to 1,500 on Black Clouds colored vinyl, $24.99 on that. Jeff McIntosh first to Elvis Costello. Fred Carnell is second. We have 2 copies of Venom. Those are both $24.99. Still got Derek and the Dominoes and TTD. Now I'm going to show 4 David Bowie albums. 4 David Bowie albums, so be sure you comment the name of the title. This is Toy. They're all $10 off. David Bowie Toy is $24.99. David Bowie, this is called Outside. That's $24.99. We have Black Tie, White Noise. That's $24.99. Or The Buddha of Suburbia. Or you can go ahead and just say, I'll take all the David Bowies. And those are all $24.99 each. So David Bowie Toy, David Bowie Outside, Black Tie, White Noise, and The Buddha of Suburbia. Those are all $24.99. Jeff McIntosh wants White Noise. That's sold to Jeff McIntosh. And Now we're doing a price change. All those were $24.99. Now all these are $34.99. The Rolling Stones Hot Rocks, that was originally $49.99. These are now $34.99, new and sealed. Hot Rocks, I've got 2 copies of that. And this Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers was an original UK import. That was $49.99. Now that is $34.99. So $34.99 on Hot Rocks and Tom Petty. Dan Triaga takes the Tom Petty. All the David Bowie are 12-inch full albums. All are 12-inch full albums on those. Let's see. Dan Triaga got Tom Petty. Looks like Mel Webster was second. Darren Wortman does want a Rolling Stones Hot Rocks. That's so to Darren Wortman. Now I've got 4 audiophile pressings here. We're going to go up on the price scale even more, and then we're going to go back down. The last batch is all $19.99 stuff. These are all right at 20% off, and these are all audiophile pressings. Some are a little more, some are a little less than 20% off. First, let's go ahead and give the last Hot Rocks to Chad Holder. I've got a MoFi pressing of the Young Rascals. It was $59.99. Now it's $49.99. Groovin' the Young Rascals mono 2LP 45 RPM numbered on the back. They made 5,000 of these, and that is $49.99. That was $59.99. So I've got 1. I've got 2 copies of that, and I've got Willie Nelson, and then I wrote with Hello Walls on it. That is $49.99, which I think that one's more than 20% off. And then I wrote, that's an Analog Productions. I know it's opened at the top, but I promise you this is brand new. That's one of those that are perforated and where people are flipping through it in the store. It got ripped open. It is new and perfect. It's never been played. $49.99 on Willie Nelson. And the last audiophile record is the Impex of Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, and Paco de Lucia, Saturday Night in San Francisco. That is $39.99. So that was originally $50. So that's the 3 audiophiles. Now the rest of the new vinyl is $19.99. Or nope, I got 2 $14.99ers. Foo Fighters, St. Cecilia. These are $14.99. They were $17 and $16.99. Those are $14.99. And the Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag. Kind of a Drag. That is marked down to $19.99. Yellow and gold smoke colored vinyl. That's the Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag. Darren Wortman wants the Al Di Meola. Impex Records, Live, 1980. That's sold to Darren Wortman. James Cohorn and James Bragg wants a Foo Fighters. James Bragg and James Cohorn wants Foo Fighters. Did Dan T come before me? The Tom Petty went to Dan Triaga. Yes. Dan Triaga got Tom Petty. Darren Wortman put TS, but he meant RS, and then Mel Webster, you put Perry, and then Petty. Either way, Dan Triaga was first on the Tom Petty. That was $34.99. Foo Fighters go to James Cohorn and James Bragg. Jody Ruffner. The Hot Rocks was black vinyl, but it is already sold. This is Jerry Jeff, Steve Earle, and the Dukes. That's on clear vinyl, $19.99. $19.99. And the Best of Sam Cooke is $19.99. 2 more that are $19.99. Waylon Jennings, JD's, $10 off on that. Record Store Day Essential. I've had a couple originals of this, which are very rare. Waylon Jennings at JD's, that's $19.99. And we have the Oregon Trail, music from the Game Loft game. Oregon Trail, that's on purple vinyl, $19.99. Mel Webster gets the Sam Cooke. That's sold to Mel Webster. New vinyl on sale. Fred Carnell, you were second to the Sam Cooke. I'm going to run through those one more time. I do have another crate of new vinyl, but before I do those, I'm going to go ahead and show tonight's first vintage stuff after I recap these. Let me take a drink of water first. I definitely need it. Toby Grimm wants the Waylon Jennings at JD's. So the first batch were all $24.99. These right here. Let's go through those one more time. New vinyl on sale. The Hardline, according to Terrence Trent D'Arby, that is $24.99, the Hardline. We have Derek and the Dominoes, unreleased rarities and obscure cuts from 70 to 71. Eric Clapton, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, Nobody Knows When You're Down and Out, Little Wing, Got to Get Better in a Little While. That's $24.99, $20 off on that one. We got 2 Venom soundtracks from Music on Vinyl. That's $24.99, Venom and Venom. And then we got 3 David Bowies left. These pretty much don't exist as originals, and I guess if they do, they're very expensive. The Buddha of Suburbia, Outside, and Toy. And some of those may be first time on vinyl. When did a lot of these come out? 1995, 1993, and this may be some kind of new something on this one. I don't know if that was like an original release, or if it was, I don't see a year on it. But yeah, those are, if you're kind of like, I'll hold out for the OG type person, probably won't happen on those. Those are very tough to get albums if they were even pressed originally on vinyl. Sherry Darnell wants Derek and the Dominoes. Jerry Stone takes the David Bowie Toy. We have 3 audiophile records left. This was Groovin' the Young Rascals, $49.99. Groovin' the Young Rascals, Mo-Fi, $49.99. And Willie Nelson, and Then I Wrote. Willie Nelson and Then I Wrote, that's $49.99 analog production. So those are on sale. And then I got 3 1999ers left. Buckingham's Kind of a Drag, Steve Earle, and the Oregon Trail. Scotty said he'll take all 3 Bowies. Jerry Stone just beat you to Toy, but I will give you the other 2 Scotty Hops. Those are 24. First time on vinyl, Bowie. There you have it. Yeah, those are all first time on vinyl. So some people, we're showing new vinyl, and some people's like, I'll hold out for the OG. I hear that a lot. They don't even watch the new vinyl segments, and I'm like, well, some of these you can't get. This is the only way you can get it on vinyl. Right, Tanner? That's right. That is right. We do have a Wayne crate tonight. I do have new vintage arrivals starting right now, 7:30. We've already been through 2 crates. Usually by now we're getting the show started. We've already been through 2 crates. Oregon Trail is sold to Paul Brothers. I'll go back through those and one more time. Jerry Stone. So Jerry Stone said he would pass off the David Bowie Scotty Hops. You got all 3 of those. Jerry Stone said he would give that to you. Let me grab our first crate of vintage here. Let's see what we've got in here. Looks like great titles as usual. That's the way we like to keep it. Alrighty. All right. Let's see here. Paul Brothers got the Oregon Trail. The Willie Nelson was $49.99 after the discount. That was originally $69.99 or either $59 or $69.99 originally. It's a 2 LP from Analog Productions, and I think we're caught up. Yeah, $49.99 was the discount price. The original sticker on that was $69.99. Yeah. The Analog Productions, when we get those, if they're a 2 LP, the MSRP on them for us is $69.99. $70 for a 2 LP, 45 RPM. Okay. New vintage arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. Roy Gallagher, Take It Easy Baby. Roy Gallagher is $14.99, Take It Easy Baby. Jeff Beck is $19.99, also of Tim Bogart and Carmina Peace. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. We have Roy Gallagher and Jeff Beck. Pictures at an Exhibition, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, $19.99 for Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Pictures at an Exhibition. Let me wrestle with these records right quick. You know, moving around about 40 or 50 records is like moving around a 50-pound dumbbell. If you didn't already know that, records get quite heavy. Queen Jazz is $34.99 for Queen Jazz. Has a saw mark in it. It looks like it also has an original inner sleeve, and the vinyl is very nice. Queen Jazz, that is $34.99. Patty is first to the Roy Gallagher. We'll go ahead and sell that to Patty. Thank you, Patty K. Boghat. Oh, I just combined 2 words. Foghat Boogie Motel. I do that quite often. Foghat Boogie Motel, $14.99. Original inner sleeve, very nice. $14.99 on Foghat. The Best of Stephen Stills, that's $19.99. That looks like a little bit different cover than I'm used to seeing for some reason. I guess not, though. The Best of Stephen Stills, $19.99. Patty Williams. Patty and Patty. Patty K and now Patty Williams on Foghat. I can say Williams because that's my last name. Kansas. Kansas' self-titled debut album, $19.99 for Kansas. That's a very nice looking copy on the Kirshner label. Kansas self-titled, $19.99. And Diodato Prelude, featuring the theme from 2001 Space Odyssey, or the Elvis music, or the Ric Flair music. $19.99. Wild and Peaceful, Kool and the Gang, Funky Stuff, Jungle Boogie's also on here. $39.99. Wild and Peaceful, Kool and the Gang. Very nice copy on Delight Records. $39.99. The Best of the Diamonds. The Diamonds is in shrink wrap. $14.99 on Rhino. That's a Rhino compilation. $14.99. The Best of the Doobies Volume 2. That is $14.99. Best of the Doobies Volume 2. $14.99. $14.99. And Firefall Luna Sea. $9.99. Firefall Luna Sea. $9.99. Ella Fitzgerald, the Johnny Mercer Songbook. Ella Fitzgerald, Johnny Mercer Songbook, $19.99. Ella Fitzgerald. Walter Egan, Not Shy. Walter Egan is $9.99. And Elvis Costello, Imperial Bedroom, $24.99. Elvis Costello. Original inner sleeve, that's $24.99. Or, yeah, I guess South Carolina comes out to that one too. That's what ruins it for me. I like it when Ric Flair comes out to it. That's a little bit more entertaining than watching South Carolina. Psh. Eagles on the Border, $34.99. Eagles on the Border. That's a very nice looking copy. Focus Moving Waves. Focus Moving Waves, $19.99. Focus Moving Waves, $19.99. And I think we're all bozos on the bus. The Firesign Theater. Firesign Theater, $14.99. Always interesting stuff there. They sold a lot of records. The Very Best of Fabian, $9.99. Steve Forbert, Streets of This Town. Steve Forbert is $19.99. Steve Forbert, Streets of This Town. That's $19.99. Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together, $19.99. Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together. That's an Atlantic pressing, 1976. I don't know if I've seen that one too many times. I guess I have, though. Dale Cooper, First on Fabian. That's sold to Dale Cooper. Loudon Rainwright III T-shirt. That's in shrink wrap. $12.99. The Rural Guardsman, The Return of the Red Baron. $19.99. The Rural Guardsman, The Return of the Red Baron. $19.99. And The Best of the Guess Who, Volume 2. $19.99. Volume 2. Very nice copy. Gosh. Looks like it's brand new. And that's a gatefold on orange RCA label, $19.99. Let me get some auctions started. According to the last 3 out of 10 comments, everybody says they're about to fall asleep because they've been at the beach or at the lake all day. Well, we got to change that. Let me find something that's going to blow your mind. We'll do something. Let me find something right now. How about we put up a Hendrix and a Creedence Clearwater record up for auction? We have a Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is a VG copy, also a VG cover. $5 start. $5 start. Creedence Clearwater Revival, self-titled. Susie Q, I Put a Spell on You. Walk on Water, I like that one. VG Blue Fantasy label. $5 start. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. VG Plus. $5 start. This is an Australian pressing. International Polydor Production, Stereophonic, Australia. Jimi Hendrix is a $5 start. VG Plus, about a VG cover. That's an Australian pressing of Smash Hits. Everybody's like, I'm sleepy. All you got to do is buy records. That'll wake you up. That's all you got to do. Okay, so we got Dale Cooper for Fabian. We have Rat box sets are in. Those were in yesterday. We showed the Rat box sets yesterday. We got 3 extras if he wasn't on the pre-order. CCR is at 5. James Cohorn's at 5 on Jimi Hendrix. Stephen Tuttle wants the Eagles on the Border. That's sold to Stephen Tuttle. Jimi Hendrix 5, Jimi Hendrix 8, Jimi Hendrix 10. Jerry Rafferty, City to City. Who needs one? Baker Street, right down the line. Stealing Time, not High and Dry. Home and Dry, 1999. City to City, Jerry Rafferty. That's a near mint copy. Back to the Bars, another favorite of mine. A double live album from Todd Rundgren. Hello, It's Me, $29.99 on Todd Rundgren. You Wanna Get Funky With Me, Peter Brown. Basically some nudity there. Peter Brown is $9.99. And we have The Poppy Family. Which Way You Goin', Billy, featuring Susan Jacks, $19.99 on The Poppy Family. And Roxy Music Manifesto. Roxy Music Manifesto is in very nice condition, $19.99. Okay, so Jimi Hendrix, 5, 8, 10, 10, 6, CCR, 8, 8. John Lill was first on Jerry Rafferty. Dale Cooper, you were second on Jerry Rafferty. Jimi Hendrix is at 15. CCR is at 10. CCR is at 8. CCR is still at 10. Jimi Hendrix is at 12. Actually, it's already at 15. CCR is at 12. Now it's at 12 again. Arthur Betts on Peter Brown. Arthur Betts on... I got that really confused. Autumn Betts on Peter Brown. Autumn Betts on Peter Brown. Air Supply, Now and Forever, $9.99. Here's Larry Williams. This is $29.99. It's in shrink wrap. Very nice. That is a later reissue. It is in shrink wrap. Here's Larry Williams, $29.99. Jimi Hendrix 11, CCR 12. Autumn got Peter Brown. Jimi Hendrix 16, CCR 15. Linda Ronstadt, a retrospective, $19.99. Linda Ronstadt, a retrospective 2LP compilation. The Firesign Theater, Don't Crush That Dwarf, Hand Me the Pliers, $14.99. Firesign Theater. Adam Ant Strip, $24.99 for Adam Ant Strip. That's $24.99. And Ultravox, Rage in Eden, $24.99. Ultravox, Rage in Eden, $24.99. CCR is at 16. Jimi Hendrix is officially at 16, so both of those are at 16. Should have been on the Rat. Let's see. We'll make sure Tommy Green's on the Rat pre-order. Tom, if not, we'll be sure to get you one. I'm pretty sure you was on the pre-order. You've got one. Van Halen is $44.99. Van Halen has the original inner sleeve with it. $44.99. Van Halen. ZZ Top Eliminator, $34.99. ZZ Top Eliminator, very clean copy, near mint, $34.99. And Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. Michael Jackson is $29.99. Off the Wall. ZZ Top, Van Halen, Michael Jackson. Journey, Captured. I think we had a copy of that last night. $39.99. 2LP, very nice. Journey, Captured. That's a 2LP live album. Fred Carnell wants Adam Ant. That's sold to Fred Carnell. The Rolling Stones, their Satanic Majesty's Request, $34.99. Blue London stereo label, Stereophonic, has a printed on cover on the front, $34.99. Clouds by Joni Mitchell. John Mueller wrote his name on the cover in 1975. Very nice copy though. $19.99. Joni Mitchell, Clouds. And Jimi Hendrix is at 17, so is CCR. These are, right now it's a battle on which one's going to bring more, CCR or Creedence Clearwater. Those are both at $17. Willie Nelson, Red-Headed Stranger, that is $24.99. Willie Nelson, Red-Headed Stranger, very nice copy. VG Plus or Better Jacket, $24.99. And TCC Deceptive Bends, 10cc Deceptive Bends is $14.99. Both records, both auctions are at $17 right now. Robert Palmer, Riptide. Robert Palmer is $19.99. Brian C. First to Willie Nelson. Collecto is likely pressing copies of Pablo Cruz. Yeah. Well, what happens is in these collections, you got to think that we buy collections from a lot of people who bought these albums. These were original owner people who bought these in the 70s. And as y'all well know, if you lived from the era of the early 60s through any time in the 80s when vinyl was popular, most people bought the same albums over and over and over, just like they do today. And so that's why the rare stuff is still very rare. And we see a lot of the same albums in every collection. Everybody Well, I can't say everybody. I think y'all know what I mean. Most people owned a Pablo Cruz album. Yes, it's true. Most people own the Doobie Brothers. Most people own ZZ Top and Van Halen. I mean, some of these albums, every collection, they're in there. We have Jackson Browne, Holdout, $14.99. Jackson Browne, Holdout, $14.99. Ricardo, I think, is wanting to claim the Joni Mitchell album. I see Johnny, I think he was trying to claim Joni Mitchell earlier, and he tagged somebody. But I think, Ricardo, you do want the Joni Mitchell album, right? Okay, final call on these two auctions. Jimi Hendrix is at 17 and CCR is at 17. Final call on both of those, 17 and 17. Quarter Flash is $19.99. Nicolette Larson, Radioland, $9.99. That's in shrink wrap. Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska, $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska, $19.99. Hot Chocolate, $19.99. Hot Chocolate's 10 Greatest Hits, $19.99. Hot Chocolate. And Stephen Stills, Manassas, $19.99. Stephen Stills, Manassas. George Carlin, Takeoff, and Put-Ons, that's $14.99. Everybody also owned a Alan Parsons, a Rick Wakeman album, and a Moody Blues album. That is in every collection. Every collection has a Moody Blues album. Every collection. I don't think I've ever bought a collection without a Moody Blues album, right, Tanner? I mean, we usually we're like, whoop, there it is. There's the Moody Blues record. Even people who's had punk stuff, they've got a copy of Days of Future Past. Mel Webster wants the Bruce Springsteen. That was Nebraska. That's sold to Mel Webster. Dan Triaga wants the George Carlin. Dale Cooper is second. Jesse Hood on 10cc Deceptive Benz. 10cc Deceptive Benz. Marty says, not mine. Look again. I guarantee you got one. Brenton says he doesn't have one. And Martin says he doesn't. I guarantee if y'all start looking, you have one. You just don't realize it. Let me read through these titles one more time. You've got one. You just don't realize it. I promise you. You've got a Moody Blues record. Let's go ahead and end these auctions. We have Jimmy Clark is at 17 on Jimi Hendrix. That's sold to Jimmy Clark for $17. And Dale Cooper is getting the CCR for $17. Those are both sold for $17 and $17. Let's see here. Let's go through. I'm just going to read these titles one more time. If you want any prices, let me know. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let me recap these albums. We have Jeff Beck. If you need any prices, let me know. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Queen Jazz is still available. That's kind of a surprise. The Best is Stephen Stills. Kansas self-titled. That's one we don't get as often as we do a lot of the others. Diodato. Kool and the Gang. The Best of the Diamonds. The Doobie Brothers Volume 2. Firefall Luna Sea. Walter Egan, Not Shy. Ella Fitzgerald. Elvis Costello. Focus, Moving Waves. Firesign Theater. Stephen Forbert. Brian Ferry. Loudon Wainwright, or Loudon. The Royal Guardsmen, Return of the Red Baron. The Best of the Guess Who. Todd Rundgren. The Poppy Family. Roxy Music. Air Supply. Larry Williams. Linda Ronstadt. Firesign Theater. Ultravox. Van Halen. ZZ Top. Michael Jackson. Journey. The Rolling Stones. Robert Palmer. Jackson Browne. Quarter Flash. Nicolette Larson. Hot Chocolate and Manassas. Hot Chocolate and Manassas. If anybody needs anything in there, just be sure to let me know, please. As in right now. Let me fix something over here right quick. Okay, I'm going to grab our next crate of new vintage stuff that is... well, Facebook, I had to sign off for just a second. Facebook is terrible. This new update is terrible. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me set this over here. Europe did not come in. No Europe this week. Europe is still in Europe. Literally, it's an import. It has not come in. Europe is still in Europe. No Europe yet. Europe is an import. It has not come in from Europe yet. Europe has not arrived. Let's see. Yeah, this new update's terrible. Trying to post something right quick. You have to switch between accounts, and it basically has to reload everything. So that's not fun. Let me fix this here. Okay, so our next crate is going to be new vinyl that's on sale. Let's do that right now. We have new vinyl that is on sale. Let me fix that. Okay. All right, let me pull my chat back up. Sorry for the distraction. We're back to go. So, first batch here, new vinyl on sale. Hope everybody's ready. What else did I miss? How much was Michael Jackson off the wall? If I missed any comments, I have not seen it. Michael Jackson is $29.99. $29.99 for Michael Jackson. Actually, yes, Michael Jackson off the wall, $29.99. Okay, new vinyl on sale. First, we have Billy Talent Hits. That was $56.99. Now it's $29.99. It also includes a 4-page booklet. That's a double LP for music on vinyl. That was from $57 to $29.99. We have I'm Just Like You, Sly Stone Flower. I'm Just Like You, Sly Stone's Flower, $69 to $70. That was originally $60. Now it's $29.99. So 2 records there, one half off, one almost half off, and another one, the Half-Speed Master of Tommy by The Who. That was originally $56.99. Now I've got that at $29.99. There's 3 big discounts. Now, this next batch is all $19.99. I've got 2 copies of Soulfly Totem. Totem's limited to 1,200 on gold vinyl. Those were $28.99. Now they're $19.99. Michael Schenker Group is $19.99. That's Michael Schenker Group Universal. Limited edition 2,000 copies on clear and black marbled vinyl. That's $19.99. Josh Ragland first on the Half-Speed Master of Tommy. James Cohorn wants a Soulfly. I've got 2 copies of the Ramones, Leave Home. $19.99 on the Ramones, Leave Home. Dan Triaga first to Michael Schenker Group. Fred Carnell was second. Bad Brains, Rock for Light, $19.99. Bad Brains, that is on sale for $19.99. Mel Webster wants a copy of the Ramones, 1 copy left. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones, that's $19.99. Green vinyl from Rhino, Start Your Ear Off Right. Bad Brains is sold to Craig Thomas. That was the only copy of that. Also for now, these are $24.99. Neil Young, Promise of the Real, recorded live 2019. This was $42, now it's $25. From $41.99 to $24.99, Neil Young. I've only got 1 copy of that. This was originally $39.99. Now it's $24.99. Yes, on splatter vinyl. That's early Yes. BBC recording, $69 to $70. $24.99. Mel Webster wants the Neil Young. That's sold to Mel Webster. Sherry Darnell, you were second. The Stray Cats, also on splatter vinyl, live at the Roxy, 1981. That's on sale for $24.99. David Eberly is first to the Yes. That's sold to David Eberly. Cameron Porter, you were second. These should sell very fast. Markdowns, $20 off on Stone Sour. I've got 2 copies left, $24.99 on Stone Sour from Music on Vinyl. Only 2 copies of that. Another Neil Young, a classic, After the Gold Rush. All analog, gatefold, $24.99. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. Stone Sour, sold to James Cohorn and Chad Holder. Stone Sour. James Cohorn and Chad Holder. Allen was 3rd. Ryan Rice was 4. Jeff McIntosh wants a Neil Young. Cameron Porter, you were 5th or 6th on Stone Sour. Sabotage, Power of the Night is $24.99. Sabotage is $24.99. Stray Cats is not an unofficial, no. Only copy, Ram Jam, self-titled, featuring Black Betty. Music on Vinyl, $24.99. Only copy, Love, self-titled Love, $24.99. Those are both Music on Vinyl pressings. Black Oak, Arkansas, The Wild Bunch. That's on double marbled green vinyl. $24.99 for Black Oak, Arkansas. That was originally $40, now $25. Anouk, Hotel New York. That's limited to numbered to 5,000 on colored vinyl. Music on Vinyl, $24.99. Cradle of Filth is $24.99. The Bittersweet to Scuba, Cradle of Filth, that's $24.99. And one more Neil Young, and I've got 3 of these. Tonight's the Night. Once again, another analog gatefold. That is $24.99. $99. Joanne Reeve, the Stone Sour was on sale. We only had 2 copies, and you were the 7th person to ask, so I only had 2 of those. Fred Carnell wants the Stray Cats, and he wants Ram Jam. Dan Triaga gets the Sabotage, which is right here. That's sold to Dan Triaga, and Kyle Gregory wants Cradle of Filth. Let me go through those one more time. First, Sherry Darnell wants Neil Young, Tonight's Tonight. Gary Samuels, you were second on Cradle of Filth. So the first 2 records were approximately half off. That was Billy Talent Hits, $29.99 for Music on Vinyl, and also Sly Stone. This is purple and pink colored vinyl, by the way. I don't know a lot about this, but looks like early Sly Stone stuff from 69 to 70. $29.99 on that. Or actually, that wouldn't really be early, would it? That would be like some of his solo work from 69 to 70. Because he was with Sly and the Family Stone as early as 66, I believe. That's $29.99, and so is the Billy Talent. These are $19.99. Last copy, Soulfly Totem, gold vinyl, $19.99. Last copy, The Ramones, Leave Home, $19.99. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones, green vinyl, that's $19.99. $24.99, Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. Love from Music on Vinyl. Black Oak, Arkansas, The Wild Bunch, 2 LP green vinyl. Cameron Porter wants Soulfly. That's sold to Cameron Porter. Anouk is $24.99, and the other Neil Young, Tonight's the Night, is $24.99. Now, I'm going to combine the stuff left from the first crate of new vinyl in with this one, so I go ahead and show those one more time just in case you missed the very first bin. Nick Bagaron wants the other Ramones. That's sold to Nick. Now, this is what was left in the first crate if you missed it. Terrence Trent D'Arby was on sale for $24.99. So is the Music on Vinyl Venom soundtrack. Then there's 3 audiophile pressings. We have Mo-Fi, The Young Rascals, Groovin', $49.99. The Willie Nelson is $49.99. The Buckinghams was $19.99, and Jerry Jeff by Steve Earle was $19.99. That was all of the new vinyl that we had available on sale for tonight. Let's go ahead and do another crate of new vintage arrivals. Maybe everybody's woke up by now. The first crate had it like, usually there's 1 or 2, quote, I cannot believe this didn't sell. That last crate, there was about 10, so I'll definitely need to go back through those again. Let me take a quick peek in this crate. I'm seeing some good titles. Definitely some good titles. Definitely some good titles. Let's go through these one more time, or let's go through these for the first time. And yeah, let's see what we got here. I've got 4 more crates of new vinyl, including this one. And then we got all the new vinyl from last night, which was some great stuff, the Wayne crate. We'll probably do Wayne's crate. We got this. We got a crate of new vinyl from last night, I guess. And then we'll probably hit pretty steady on new vintage stuff the rest of the night. Until it's time for me to figure out where I'm eating supper at. Any auctions? Yeah, we need to go get that Japanese. Do you want to pop one of those open maybe? Just go pop one open. We got several shipments of Japanese stuff. We're probably just going to open it up and see what's in there. So give us a second. We'll have some new Japanese stuff in just a moment. Okay, we have Spirit, the Adventures of Captain Copter and Commander Cassidy in Potato Land. Whoa, never seen that before. It's on Rhino. It has the comic book with it, $36.99. Spirit, the Adventures of Captain Copter and Commander Cassidy in Potato Land. Interesting. $36.99. Has the comic book with it too. I like that cover. George Jones, Hits by George, $14.99. George Jones, hit by George Jones, $14.99. Autumn Betts is First to the Spirit. That's a very interesting record. I've never seen that before. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life, $19.99 for Steve Winwood. That's in shrink wrap. Renaissance, Azure Dior. Renaissance is $9.99. And Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Shuffle, $19.99. I can auction off some stuff. I pulled some stuff out of the a vintage bin here earlier. Let's do that again. Earlier we had a CCR and what was it? CCR and Jimi Hendrix. Here's a Duran Duran and a CCR. Duran Duran Arena, 1984 Winchester press, VG Plus vinyl, nice jacket, nice gatefold. It also has the original inner sleeve, and it has the booklet with it. Where are you, booklet? There's the booklet. Just a $5 start on this. This is a US press, 84 original, Duran Duran. There's the booklet. Nice cover, VG Plus or better. Inner sleeve has some tape around the edges on the inner sleeve. VG Plus vinyl, $5 start on Duran Duran. There's an auction to keep you entertained. And CCR Bayou Country. This is VG Plus as well on the vinyl. $5 start. Original label, blue fantasy with the kind of like gold lettering. That's now up for bid. This cover is really hard to find in good condition. It has some light ring wear on the front. Not too bad on the back. That's a $5 start. So Duran Duran and CCR, $5 starts on those as well. Everything in this crate is new vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. Prince Around the World in a Day. Prince is $24.99. REO Speedwagon Live. REO Speedwagon Live is $34.99. 2LP gatefold of that. Triumph. Get ready to see a Triumph comment come across your screen. $19.99. Never Surrender. That's an artist we cannot get enough of. Aldo Nova. This has Aldo Nova's hit song Fantasy. $24.99 for Aldo Nova. Simple Minds, Once Upon a Time. Simple Minds is $34.99. Simple Minds, Once Upon a Time. That's a very nice looking copy. Man, the guy in Wisconsin loves some Simple Minds. I mean, we've got every album, multiple copies, and the other guy in Wisconsin, that first Wisconsin. So what's the deal with Simple Minds in Wisconsin? But those two collections we got back to back in Wisconsin loaded with Simple Minds records. The Police, Synchronicity. This is on purple vinyl. Hold this up to the light. It's on purple translucent vinyl. $24.99. Duran Duran, 15. Duran Duran, 15. CCR, 5 and 10. So CCR is at 10. Duran Duran's at 15. Craig Proper, first to Triumph. Michael Mofield, second on Triumph. Dale Cooper, 15th on CCR. David Eberly, first on Aldo Nova. Niels out on CCR. Steve, you were third on Triumph. Chris DiLorenzo on the Police. And Duran Duran's at 17. We have Dave Mason and Cass Elliott, $14.99. Dave Mason and Cass Elliott. Elvis Blue Hawaii. Is that a hop sticker? It is. It's a 61 mono Indianapolis press. First time seeing a hop sticker on that album, and I've only probably bought and sold 5,000 of them. Blue Hawaii. It's in mono. Can't Help Falling in Love. Check that out. $39.99. 61 mono Indianapolis press with hop sticker. Elvis Blue Hawaii. The Souther Hillman Furry Band. Sealed from 1974, $19.99. And Straub's No Madness. Straub's is $19.99. Duran Duran 17, Duran Duran 17, Duran Duran 16, Duran Duran 20, Duran Duran 20, Chris Ferrara, first on Elvis Presley. That's so to Chris Ferrara. Styx, Pieces of 8, $19.99. Styx, Pieces of 8, $19.99. And Madonna Angel. Madonna is $14.99. Madonna Angel. Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits. That's in shrink wrap. First Cut is the Deepest. Maggie May. Tonight's Tonight. Hot Legs. $14.99 for Rod Stewart. Excuse me. Commodore Classics. Original Recording Series. Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie, Lee Hayes, and Peter Hawes. That is $9.99. Where did I get to? Right here. First, we had Chris on Elvis. Patty Williams wants the Straubs, No Madness. Duran Duran 23, CCR 17. Steve Botsford first to Rod Stewart. Craig, you were second. Chad Holder third. Randy fourth. Patty fifth. Ricardo sixth. And Dale Cooper's first to the Pete Seeger. Next was Men Without Hats, Rhythm of Youth. Men Without Hats is $34.99. That has the Safety Dance. I can hear it in my head. I'm sure you can too. Dan Olson first to Styx, Pieces of 8. And Elvis is Back. Another hop sticker. 64 Indianapolis press. Never seen a hop sticker on that one. Elvis is Back, $39.99. That is a 64 Indianapolis press. Elvis is Back. If you notice, it has that little punch hole at the top. I think that's because when you open it up, it turns into, or maybe that's on the inside. Did it come with a calendar maybe? See, it has a punch hole in it. I thought it had like a calendar or something you could hang up with it. What did this have with it? Extra Elvis photos inside, which is long gone. That's already been hung up on some girl's bedroom wall 50 years ago, and it's now in a garbage receptacle somewhere. That's a very clean copy. Elvis is back. So 2 Elvis records. I've bought and sold thousands of Elvis records, and that's the first time I've seen those earlier pressings with hop stickers. Never seen those before. John Young says he will take it. Must have been good then. Show Madonna again. Jimmy says, show the Madonna. Madonna is called Angel. That's a special price 2-cut maxi single, $14.99. Angel, and Into the Groove. High bid on our auctions. Duran Duran is at $23 with Bill Walton. U.S. Press, VG Plus, has the inner sleeve and booklet with it. That's at $23. CCR is at $17 with Michael Mofield. VG Plus as well on that one, original label. So are they both at, CCR is at $17, Duran Duran's at $23. We have Johnny Rivers, Golden Hits. Johnny Rivers is $14.99, Golden Hits. The Best of Spirit, $19.99. The Best of Spirit, I got a line on you. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park. Has some kind of Columbia sticker on it right here. $19.99. Chris DiLorenzo says he'll take the Madonna. That's so to Chris DiLorenzo. I'm Ready, Muddy Waters. This is a 1978 white label promo, $34.99. Muddy Waters, I'm Ready, 78 white label promo. Has the timing strip on the back too. John Leal first on Bruce Springsteen. Stephen Tuttle gets Muddy. Tanner Muddy was $34.99. That's so to Stephen Tuttle. John Miller was second. Calvin Ward was third. John Lee Hooker, The Healer. This is $39.99. John Lee Hooker, The Healer, $39.99. With special guest, Carlos Santana, Bonnie Raitt, Robert Cray, Canned Heat, Los Lobos, George Thorogood. John Lee Hooker is $39.99. Final call on these 2 auctions, 23 and 17. The Count Basie, King of Swing. Count Basie, King of Swing. And that is a 1957. There is a seam split pretty much all across the top. This is $39.99. Never seen $39.99. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Count Basie, King of Swing. Never seen that one before. All right, John Lee Hooker is sold to Stephen Tuttle. Stephen Lee, you were second on John Lee Hooker, and Steve Botsford first on Count Basie. While I've got Tanner over here, I'll go ahead and end these auctions. Duran Duran is sold for $23 to Bill Walton, and Michael Mofield gets the CCR for $17. Those are both sold and sold. The Tony Bennett Collection, 20 Golden Greats, $14.99. We're unboxing some Japanese stuff. Tanner's, I think, went ahead and handed me some stuff right now. Let's put these up for $35 starts. $35 starts. Let's take a look at them. These are literally just in from the island of Japan. Just unboxed them. Now, let's see what they look like. Foreigner is a $35 start. Near mint and pristine. Very nice. This stuff, when it comes to us, a lot of the Japanese dealers, they've already cleaned it, checked it. We kind of know what we're buying when we get it. And they put them in new sleeves. This stuff's very well taken care of, as y'all know. Amazing quality on this stuff. It sounds great. It looks great. The only thing is they had that major, some of them don't have it, some of them do. But over there, man, they got hit hard. I don't know what's up, but they have those humidity problems. I think y'all see that in a lot of that. It's just like humidity storage. I mean, we don't see that. I don't see that here in Tennessee or anywhere else in the country. I go and buy records. Something going on over there. But if you can find a pure white, non-flawed cover, it usually carries a premium. Some of these have spots. Of course, that doesn't bother a lot of people, but if you do want a perfect cover, almost all these have some kind of spots on them, but some of them don't. Some of them are truly, you'll hear me say there's not a spot on it, and then some of them I'll say it does have some humidity, We also call that foxing of the paper. That's more of a comic book or book term, but I apply it to records. It's cardboard, paper, all the same. The vinyl is near mint and pristine, foreigner 4. Jukebox Hero, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Urgent, all on that album. That's a $35 start. And we have Elvis, the Rock and Roll album. This one's looking pretty nice so far. This is just a $35 start. Boy, that looks like brand new. The Rock and Roll album is a great Elvis compilation, 2LP Elvis Presley compilation. It has a book with it. I don't see any really damage to this. This one looks like a very nice and complete, very nice and complete. Just some light, it almost camouflages with his pants, but there in the gatefold, just some light discoloration there, or foxing, $35 start. Yeah, it's like they're almost right in the middle of the ocean, right? I guess that's why they have humidity problems. It's so strange how that works. Foreigners at $35. Back to new vintage arrivals. We have Pat Benatar, Tropico. Pat Benatar, looks like a little bit of writing right there on the cover. $12.99 for Pat Benatar. Talking Heads, Little Creatures. $44.99 for Talking Heads, Little Creatures. Very nice copy. That's another one. Wisconsin, the second Wisconsin collection. About 10, 15 copies of all the Talking Heads albums, it seems like. I mean, we've had a bunch, more than we ever have before. We got $35 bids on both albums. Speaking of Elvis, here's one of the more requested ones. Aloha from Hawaii. Aloha from Hawaii. 1973 Club Edition, $29.99 from Hawaii. Live, Elvis Presley, $29.99. That has both original sleeves and gatefold. Caroline Bell wants Pat Benatar. Caroline, have you bought from us before? Let me know if you haven't, Caroline. We'll give you some first-time buyer instructions. Or that might be, is that the, I'll wait. Tanner just came back up here. I'll make sure that's Elvis Presley. This is a 68 Indianapolis press, $34.99. Elvis Presley is $34.99. Orange RCA label, $34.99. Elvis Presley, 68. This album originally came out in 56. Very tough to find a 56 mono that's near mint. That's like one of the more true prized Elvis records, finding a 56 mint mono. There are some people who have had pressings of this and they think they have 56s until they start looking them up on Discogs, and they'll have like a 61 or a later 56 repress or something like that. Trey Mendenhall on Elvis Live. Final call on these two, 35 and 35. Final call on those two Japanese auctions. Santana, $34.99. It says 69. Could it be the first label? It is. Very nice copy. Santana, Columbia 2i, 360 sound stereo, $34.99. And that's a 69 Santa Maria press on Santana. The Best of the Bee Gees, that's a French pressing, $24.99 on Best of the Bee Gees. Madonna, Borderline, specially priced 2-cut maxi single of Madonna, $26.99. Also has Lucky Star on it. Time of the Zombies, featuring Time of the Season, and She's Not There and Tell Her No. That's $24.99. It has cover damage. I'm sure y'all know what that is. That's where there was some promo. There was promo strips on the cover, and somebody tried to rip them off, and those didn't come off too well. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. The Zombies is $24.99. Kenny and I. Kenny, okay, I was about to say, I was looking at your profile picture. I was like, did I just ask them if they were a first-time buyer and they've been buying from me from years and they even bring me monsters? Yes, so you're not a first-time buyer. Thank you, and hope to see you soon. Maybe you'll bring by some monsters. I haven't had a monster in what, Tanner? 2 months? Probably. I don't think I've had one in 2 months. Chris Kirkley gets Santana. Okay. I've been drinking this stuff. It's like these packets from Walmart, and they do the job. Wow, a couple of these, and I'm up for a good 15 hours, which I guess you should be up for 15 hours anyway. 15 additional hours. Nobody got the Zombies? Madonna, Like a Prayer. This is a full album, a 1989 Columbia House, $34.99. Madonna, Like a Prayer, $34.99. Madonna, Like a Prayer, $34.99. This is when she was dating Dennis Rodman. $34.99 for Madonna. And the Beatles, Let It Be, a 1970 Scranton press, $44.99. Has a clip corner right here, $44.99 on Let It Be, $44.99. All right, let me go ahead and end these two auctions. Elvis is sold to Larry Smith for $35. Craig gets Foreigner for $35. We have John Leal first on Madonna, Caroline was second, and Ron Phillips wants the Beatles. We've got more Japanese pressings right over here. Oh my goodness. How about an Allman Brothers Eat a Peach with the Obi? And right behind it is Yes, 90125 with Obi. The Allman Brothers is going to be a $65 start. Man, I remember one night we had a perfect, beautiful copy of this. We sold for like $137. We found out it was a first press. It was beautiful. I haven't seen one that nice since, but this one is looking pretty promising. This is a $65 start. Allman Brothers Eat a Peach, Near Mint and Pristine. Near Mint and Pristine. The Allman Brothers. Near Mint and Pristine. Yes, this one's very nice. 2 LP, $65 start. And if it don't go up from there, my stomach's going to start cramping and I'm going to pass out. This is the Allman Brothers Eat a Peach. There is the Japanese insert. There's the insert that came just like with the U.S. pressings with liner notes and information. It is a gatefold. Beautiful, psychedelic gatefold. Has the Obi with it. It has some light foxing there and a little bit at the top. That is a $65 start. The Almond, yeah, it has a D on the end. The Allman Brothers, $65 start. Yes, 90125. This is something we don't get in too often. A Japanese pressing of this. We'll start this at a $35 start. It's Near Mint and Pristine. $35 start on that. Has a Japanese insert with it. And a very nice cover of Obi. There is a crease, a noticeable crease right here. The Obi kind of hides it. And it does have some inserts with it. It also has this Japanese insert. Wow, it has multiple. It has 3 different Japanese inserts with it. Let me see if there's anything else in the Allman Brothers. I think those have all been pulled out. Yeah. Well, what a great album. Of course, Melissa, to me, is just a kind of one of those goosebump type songs. All right, next is Stan Getz with Lorindo Almeida. I think I just butchered both of their names, but that's $29.99. That's a 63 mono, very clean vinyl, $29.99 on that, $29.99. Pacific Gas and Electric, Get It On Blues from 1968 in shrink wrap, $34.99. Pacific Gas and Electric, $34.99. That looks very cool. It's in shrink wrap from 68, $34.99. Groovin', The Young Rascals, 67 Terre Haute, $29.99. Man, some good stuff here. Groovin' on a Sunday afternoon, $29.99. The Rascals. That's a very clean looking copy. A Girl Like You, How Can I Be Sure? 1967. Summer of Love. Willie Nelson, Stardust, $14.99. Supertramp, Breakfast in America. Does have a piece of tape across the bottom. Supertramp is $19.99. Breakfast in America. Goodbye Stranger, The Logical Song. Take the Long Way Home. The Power Station, Communication. Power Station is $9.99. This is a 12-inch single or EP. The Power Station has Marauders on it, and it also has Communication. Those are sold, or those are $9.99. Jeffrey DeLong, first on Supertramp. We have Elvis Presley, King Creole. That's a 71 Hollywood press in shrink wrap, $24.99. King Creole. That's a 71 press. Beautiful vinyl in shrink wrap, $24.99. Somebody needs to grab that one. Win, Lose, or Draw, also by the Allman Brothers, $19.99. And the fabulous Johnny Cash, $26.99. That is in shrink wrap, $26.99. The fabulous Johnny Cash. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, that's $29.99. And another Jerry Rafferty for whoever was second and third on the other one. There's another near mint copy, $19.99. That's an essential. I came over here to end the Yes album, and since I was thinking about that, People must have known because we've had 2 more bids. Ricardo's at 37 on yes. David Eberly's at 40. Terry Westwood wants the Jerry Rafferty. So the Almond Brothers, I'm looking for a $65 start. Going twice, going 3 times before I end it, and then it will be a first come, first serve. Looking for a $65 start on that. I'm going to read the titles that's left in here. Is Elvis in mono. Elvis is in stereo. I'm going to read the titles that's left in here one more time. Here's where we're at on the night. If you're just joining us, I seen a jump in viewers a while ago. It's after 8 o'clock on Friday night. I think everybody's finally getting settled in. We've been through a couple bins of vintage. There's about 3 more left, including a crate from Wayne's collection. I'm going to recap new vinyl, and I've got Japanese stuff that we're literally unboxing as we speak. Joe Gabriel's in on the Almond Brothers at 65. Now, if you want it, you've got to beat him because he's at 65. And if you want yes, you got to beat David Eberly's 40. And before all that, Ian wants Lou Reed. Ian P. Pavelko. I usually just say Ian. All right, so let me just read the titles that's left in here. If you want to know a price, let me know. Some I'm going to go ahead and tell you the price. If I do, that means I kind of can't believe it didn't sell, like this one. Hits by George Jones. That says $14.99. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life. Renaissance. Bruce Springsteen. Prince is just $24.99. Has the Around the World in the Day sticker on it. REO Speedwagon. Simple Minds is $34.99. Thomas Bowman is going to take the George Jones. We have Dave Mason and Cass Elliott. The Southern Hillman Foray Band. Safety Dance, Men Without Hats, Rhythm of Youth is the name of the album. Johnny Rivers, The Best of Spirit. The Tony Bennett Collection, Talking Heads is still available. $44.99. Little Creatures, original inner sleeve, near mint. Talking Heads, very nice copy. Elvis Presley. Bee Gees. Madonna. The Zombies compilation, $24.99. Stan Getz. Pacific Gas and Electric. The Young Rascals. Willie Nelson. Michael Mofield wants the Steve Winwood. That's sold to Michael Mofield. Final call on both of these. I'm ready for 2 new ones. 40 and 65. I'm about to end both of them. Power Station, Elvis, Almond Brothers, and Johnny Cash. So, like I said, we had one of our biggest shipments ever of new vinyl yesterday. I'm going to run through some of those titles right now very quickly. Also, I posted a flip crate, and I've got stickies over here of some people who claim stuff during the flip crate that we haven't tagged, that we're going to tag live right now. I'm going to run through these titles very quickly, then we're going to go ahead and show that collection or that crate of from Wayne's, and that is coming up after this crate here. All right, let's go ahead and end these auctions. Joe Gabriel gets the Almond Brothers for $65, and David Eberly said 40 on yes, and that's sold to David Eberly for 40. The Power Station was a 12-inch single. That was called Communication. 1985, 12-inch single, and that was $9.99. The Power Station Communication. Okay, new auction. Before we get started in this crate, we have some Toto. We have Toto self-titled, and we have Elton John and John Lennon live. Interesting. These are both $45 starts. Toto and Elton John and John Lennon live. Toto's a $45 start. This is near mint and pristine. Beautiful copy. Their self-titled debut album. Vinyl's very nice on that. Also a crisp and pristine inner sleeve. And nothing wrong with this cover. No foxing or anything on the obi, the vinyl, the insert, nothing. That's a very nice top Japanese copy. Toto, self-titled. That's a $45 star. And we have Elton John and John Lennon live, November 28th, 1974. This is near mint and pristine as well. Very nice copy. This is a very nice looking insert. The front of the cover does have a little bit of discoloration here. There's the obi, and there's the back of the cover, and that's also a $45 start. $45 start on those two. Winger will be coming out in August. Yes, we found that out last night. Jamie, you're only about the 20th person who asked if we're going to be getting the Winger album. I feel like many people's asked, it's like something that's coming out next week. That comes out in August, but yes, we will be getting it. Eric Church, Mr. Understood. Mr. Understood, blue vinyl, $36.99. David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, On an Island, David Gilmour, $36.99. Dr. John, The Montreux Years, $44.99 on Dr. John. Avenged Sevenfold, Life is But a Dream, indie exclusive limited edition cobalt blue vinyl, $48.99. Bill Walton wants Eric Church, so to Bill Walton. Yes, Mirror to the Sky, $49.99 for Yes, Mirror to the Sky. Darren Wortman wants one. Darren Wortman wants a Mirror to the Sky. Stacy Brown wants a Prince Gold. Dan Triago wants a Bing Crosby. Jerry Stone wants a Jim Croce, I Got a Name. Alistair Reese wants a Prince Gold. Stacy Brown wants a Taylor Swift Speak and Taylor Swift Red. I've already got this sticky note made out for you, Tanner. That is sold to Darren Wortman. Yes, Mirror to the Sky. Bill Walton got the Eric Church. Terry Westwood on Avenged Sevenfold. Looking for $45 start on these. Track listing on Elton John and John Lennon Live. Whatever Gets You Through the Night. Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds. I Saw Her Standing There. Your Song, Take Me to the Pilot. Looks like Rocket Man, Beanie and the Jets, Honky Cat, Danielle, and Crocodile Rock. Wow. That's a good track listing. $45 starts on those. Simply Red, Time. That's their new album, $33.99. My Morning Jacket, live from Bonnaroo, Manchester, Tennessee, $39.99 for My Morning Jacket. Taylor Swift Red. I've got 2 copies of that left. One copy is going to go to Stacy Brown. If anybody else wants one, that is $31.99. Taylor Swift Red, that's sold to Stacy Brown. I've got 1 copy of that left, and I've got Taylor Swift Speak Now. Taylor Swift Speak Now is also $31.99. Stacy Brown's going to get one of those. And I've got about 4 copies of Taylor Swift left. Speak Now if anybody wants one of those. Final call if you want to get a bid in on these before I make them a buy it now. Then it'll be whoever's first. Megadeth is $44.99. Rust in Peace. Deftones, White Pony. That's sold to Austin Calderon. Austin Calderon on Def Ponies. We did get another restock of the Jimmy Buffett Songs You Know by Heart. Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits. $34.99 for Jimmy Buffett. 3 copies of The Dead Milkmen. Quaker City Quiet Peels. The Dead Milkmen. 3 copies of that left for $28.99. The other Taylor Swift is Folklore. Folklore is $31.99. And Rush, Moving Pictures, limited edition opaque white vinyl, $49.99 for Rush, Moving Pictures. All right, these are now buy it nows. Elton John and John Lennon's a $45 buy it now, and Toto is a $45 buy it now. I'm going to swap those out and put up new auctions. Final call on anything in here. I've got 2 more bins of new vinyl to go through, and we've got 3 more crates of new vintage stuff to go through. So, David Gilmour, $36.99. Dr. John, Avenged Sevenfold, Yes. Simply Red, My Morning Jacket. Taylor Swift, Megadeth, Jimmy Buffett, Dead Milkmen, Taylor Swift, and Rush. Mark Fallon, you were first making an offer. Anthony Smith said he would take it for $45 though. So, and Carlene. So, let me know, Mark. It's yours if you want it for $45. If not, it's Anthony Smith's and then Carlene's for $45. But that's up to you. $45 if you want it, Mark Fallon. He said he would take it for $45. Throw to Destroyer. That is in Wayne's crate. Let me actually flip through his crate. I got Destroyer, a couple of those that I use for a hype or for the thumbnail image. Nobody wants Toto. $45 buy it now. That is a top Japanese copy of that. $45 buy it now. So let's do a crate from Mr. Wayne's collection. What did I have up here? Kiss. We had Ozzy. Let's do those 2. And probably everything else I might leave as a buy it now. Let me do a flip. Some great stuff in here. We've got into some of his Zappa stuff. By the way, these crates are a little mixed. They are check condition and near mint stuff is kind of mixed in. So I'll do my best to keep all that separate. Boy, there's a bunch of Zappa all back to back. Let me try to mix all these up. And some Parliament stuff. Nice AC/DC records. Let me pull these out. Those will definitely need to be auctioned. I'm talking about shrink wrapped near mint. We'll leave that in there. Sounds of the South, Leonard Skinner. Rush. Okay. All right, so maybe not with an Obi. No, I don't think we've had one with an Obi. Megadeth is $44.99. $44.99. Kiss Destroyer. This is a VG copy. This is a VG copy. Has the Shouted Out Loud Kiss Army inner sleeve. $20 start. There's the label. NBLP 7025. That's a $20 start for Kiss Destroyer. VG vinyl, also about a VG cover. That's up for auction. $20 start. And a very nice copy of Ozzy Osbourne, Speak of the Devil. This is Live Ozzy. By the way, both of these records are from Wayne's collection. Live Ozzy has the original inner sleeves. This is Live Ozzy doing Black Sabbath. In case you didn't know that, Live Ozzy doing Black Sabbath. That's a $65 start. Very nice cover. These are always beat to heck. Kind of tougher to find a nicer copy of this. $65 start. Very cool gatefold. Of course, no other members of Black Sabbath, just Ozzy. It's all live Black Sabbath stuff. Kiss is a $20 start. Destroyer, Ozzy's a $65 start. Martin Pryor's in at $65. Now, let me just bring the crate up here, and we'll go through everything in here. It's all buy it now. Ozzy's at $65, looking for a $20 start on Kiss. Then we got plenty more of new Japanese stuff coming up next. So, let's see what's in here. Let's see what Wayne had. I kind of have an idea. Sweet City Woman, the Stampeders. That's in shrink wrap. $24.99 with the original 82-cent price tag. Sweet City Woman, the Stampeders. That's in shrink wrap. $24.99. The Mothers of Invention, Freak Out. $49.99 from 1972. No hotspot ad. No hotspot ad. $49.99. Freak Out. That's a very nice copy. The Mothers of Invention, Frank Zappa, Freak Out, $49.99. Pope John Paul II, A Message of Peace, picture disc, $9.99. Pope John Paul II, he's given a message of peace. Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. Agents of Fortune is $34.99. BOC, very nice copy, gatefold. Agents of Fortune, BOC. Strawberry Shortcake and Her Friends. Limited edition picture disc, $19.99 on Strawberry Shortcake and Strawberry Shortcake Over the Rainbow. Those are both picture disc, $19.99. Brian C., first on Frank Zappa. That's so to Brian C. Terry Westwood, first on the Pope picture disc. By the way, Martin Pryor, you're out on Ozzy. Fred Carnell's at $66, going once, going twice. Coven includes the hit 110 Soldier. This is a sealed copy from 1971. $74.99. This is sealed. It does have a little bit of a saw mark right here. Sealed Coven with the 110 Soldier hype sticker, $74.99. Ozzy's at 67, 67, and now 70. All Aboard the Blue Train, Johnny Cash, VG Plus, $24.99. All Aboard the Blue Train with Johnny Cash, VG Plus, $24.99. Ron Phillips is at Kiss with 20. And the Beatles 62 to 66 compilation, a U.S. press, near mint. This has the blue labels, even though it's the red album, $39.99. Has the original inner sleeves with lyrics, nice capital pressing of the Beatles 62 to 66. Well, the ones we found that he's bought from us, most of them he still had the invoice sheet in the sleeve, and a lot of them still had the prices on them. But there's some that I know he bought from us that prices, he put them in new sleeves, but I know they came from us. But just like I see a lot of people do, they buy stuff, they leave the receipt or invoice, they keep it in a bag, and they just like put it on their shelf. That's what's happened. Austin Calderon on that. That was from a flip video. So Kiss 20, Kiss 22. This is a VG copy of Destroyer and a near mint copy of Ozzy. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. The Beatles is $39.99. The Beatles is $39.99. Okay, we have 25 Miles, Edwin Starr, a VG copy, $19.99. I don't know if I've ever had a copy of that. 25 Miles, Edwin Starr, VG copy, $19.99. The Psychedelic Furs, this is $14.99. 12-inch single, The Ghost in You and Heartbeat in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $14.99 on the Psychedelic Furs. Michael Jackson Thriller, $44.99. Michael Jackson Thriller We bought a guy's collection one time in Monterey, and he bought at places for years, you know, record stores, antique malls, yard sales, garage sales. And what he would do is when he would come home, he would have stuff literally in the bag he bought it in. He would kind of tuck over the straps, and he would just put it in a box. And so years later, we were going through his collection buying it, and we were finding stuff he bought at flea markets 20 years ago. He just was a hoarder. He would just buy stuff, wrap it up, put it in a box, or he had dressers all over his garages, and we'd pull out a dresser, and it would be where he bought baseball cards back in the 90s at a flea market. He wrapped them up, maybe wrote down what he paid for them, and just had them tucked in a shelf. And he had buildings full of stuff like that. So a lot of people buy stuff, and after they buy it, they never even look at it again. They just want to wrap it up and forget they have it. We see that quite often. Kiss is at 25. Kiss is at 27. Kiss is at 30. Matt Algram's at 75 on Ozzy. Walt Cruz gets the psychedelic furs, and Kiss is at 32. That's me. That's kind of like me with some collectibles I buy. After I buy them, I wrap them up so the sun or dust or anything can't get to them, and I put them away, and I forget that I bought stuff just 10 years ago. We're talking about stuff people bought 30 years ago. Frank Zappa, VG Plus, $34.99. You Are What You Is. Frank Zappa is VG Plus, $34.99. Carlene wants the Michael Jackson picture disc. Frank Zappa is a VG Plus for $34.99. We have Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA picture disc, $19.99 for Linda Ronstadt. Rush Hemispheres picture disc. That's a VG. That's an original, $19.99. Rush Hemispheres picture disc. Brian C. is first to the Frank Zappa. Update on our auctions. The VG copy of Kiss Destroyer appears to be an original or first press. That's at 36 with Craig Johnson. Ozzy is now at 80 with Martin Pryor. Very nice copy of Speak of the Devil. We got Carlene's Michael Jackson. We got Brian C.'s Frank Zappa. Rush wants, Larry Smith put ORPD LTLR. I think he wanted the LR picture disc, right, Larry? Yes, he got the LR picture disc, and Michael Mofield got the Rush picture disc. That was a VG copy for $19.99. All right, so one more time. Kiss is at 36, Ozzy's at 80, going once, going twice. What do we have here? Flashes, the Ill Wind, $129.99. $129.99. Ill Wind Flashes, $129.99. Flashes, the Ill Wind. Now that's a prime example of a Wayne record. He likes some odd, garagey, psyche type music. $129.99. Flashes, the Ill Wind. John Corral, you were third on Rush. Matt's at 85 on Ozzy. Final call though on Kiss for $36. The B-52s, Mesopotamia, VG Plus, $24.99. Leonard Skinner is $34.99. The vinyl is VG. It's in shrink wrap with the original JCPenney price tag. Original label, Sounds of the South, $34.99. VG condition on that. Leonard Skinner, Sounds of the South. Grace Jones, Slave to the Rhythm. Grace Jones is $19.99, Slave to the Rhythm. Calvin Ward is first to Leonard Skinner. Martin Pryor's out on Ozzy. Matt Algram has that for $85, going once, going twice. And now a final call on Kiss for $36. AC/DC, Highway to Hell. VG Plus condition, $24.99. Highway to Hell. VG Plus condition, $24.99. Zappa, Zoot Allures. That's a German pressing from 1976 in shrink wrap, $49.99. Near mint in shrink wrap German pressing. Zoot Allures, Frank Zappa, $49.99. Parliament is $49.99 in shrink wrap. The Clones of Dr. Funkenstein, $49.99 in shrink wrap. Very nice vinyl. Parliament, The Clones of Dr. Funkenstein, $49.99. Gina Charles is first to the AC/DC. Fred Carnell is first to the Grace Jones. Let's go ahead and end these auctions. Ozzy, Speak of the Devil, is sold to Matt Algram for $85. And Craig Johnson gets Kiss Destroyer for $36. Now, before I brought Wayne's crate over here, I pulled, those were two from his, and then I pulled two near mint AC/DC records. We can't auction them at the same time, but we'll start with this one. This is a 1977 OG 77 SRC press of AC/DC Let There Be Rock in shrink wrap. Very cool. Original inner sleeve. $45 start. $77. Let There Be Rock in shrink wrap. Near mint copy in shrink wrap. $45 start on AC/DC. So while that's up, I don't have another US. We'll do... Is this a non-payment? Is that what this was? Okay. We have a rat that was not paid for. A Japanese pressing of Out of the Cellar. This is a $65 start. Rat Out of the Cellar. This was a non-payment. $65 start Out of the Cellar. Last night, Tanner worked for hours purging and going through non-payment orders. Doug is in the back right now shipping. So Doug is currently shipping. Last night, Tanner went through orders, and we sent a lot of final reminders to people. So a lot of invoices that got overlooked, like you may have skipped over one, or you didn't buy for a week, but you was on a pre-order and you got an invoice and you didn't see it. A lot of that kind of stuff. So we sent out a lot of reminders, and we've also sent out some final warnings to some people like, hey, you got to get your stuff paid or we're going to resell it and you may not be able to buy from us again. So make sure you've checked your messages and emails if you think you may have overdue invoices, because we've probably got about $10,000 worth of stuff we need to resell next week if nobody sends us payment for it. So just FYI. AC/DC, 55, 50, 55, now 60. Parliament is called The Clones of Dr. Funkenstein, James Bragg. It's near mint in shrink wrap, and that was $49.99. AC/DC's at 65, and Rat is a $65 start. So AC/DC's at 65, and that's what we're looking for as a start on Rat. Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues. This is a VG copy for $29.99. VG copy, $29.99. Burning Down the House, VG, $29.99. Parliament is sold to James Bragg. Tanner, that one was $49.99. Calvin Ward is at 65 on the AC/DC. Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. 71 VG Plus, $34.99. There's a riot going on. VG Plus, $34.99. Craig Johnson wants the Talking Heads. That's sold to Craig Johnson. We have The Great Society with Grace Slick, $29.99. The Great Society with Grace Slick. Columbia 2i, $29.99. The Great Society with Grace Slick. The Mothers of Invention, absolutely free, $49.99. Mothers of Invention, absolutely free, $49.99. Every week like clockwork. Thank you. Most of y'all, 98% of y'all pay on time, right on the dot. It's just when we have a backup. For us, we just kind of remodeled our store, so space is of an essence. We bought the building we're in, and now it's like every square inch matters. So when we start getting, as we've grown, our receivables grow, which means all the orders we have to hold week to week. It used to be like in a few bins, then it was on a rack, then it was on 2 racks, now it's on 3 racks because we sell more and more every week, and we have more and more stuff that don't get paid for. And for us, it's like, hey, we're pretty much having to store this stuff for you. If you don't pay for it pretty soon, we've got to resell it because it takes up a lot of valuable shelf space for us. Especially if we have to go through it 2 or 3 times and send reminders on an order of 2 records that's totaling $20. So we pretty much go ahead and resell those. We have Mothers of Invention. That's sold to Stevie Lee. And let's do a final call on both of these. AC/DC, Calvin Ward's at $65. Final call on AC/DC. And if anybody wants in on Rat, it's also $65. You can bid now, or you can wait and see if you get to buy it now. We had Grace Slick. Cinderella. I just saw where this album, it came out however many years ago in 1986 today. Cinderella Night Song, $64.99. Near mint, $64.99. Cinderella Night Songs in the original baggie it came in. That's a near mint record, $64.99. Cinderella Night Songs, $64.99. Mothers of Invention, Weasels Ripped My Flesh. That's a 1970 white label promo, $89.99. The Mothers of Invention, Weasels Ripped My Flesh, white label promo, $89.99. All right, let's end these auctions. First, let's go ahead and sell Joe Gabriel the Cinderella. out of this crate. We'll go ahead and tag Joe Gabriel for that. Calvin Ward gets the AC/DC for $65. And if anybody wants this wrap, it originally sold for $65 as well. We didn't get payment for it. If anybody wants it now and would like to actually pay for it, you can. It's a $65 buy it now. And Toto is going over here as well. That is a, let's see, Toto was a $45 buy it now. David Eberly is going to get the wrap. That's a $65 buy it now. Okay, Mothers of Invention. I'll put up 2 new auctions right now after I show another Frank Zappa. This one's called Studio Tan. In shrink wrap, $24.99. Did Oingo Boingo sell? Oingo Boingo. You might have to refresh my memory because I don't think we had a hot picture tonight, and I haven't shown one. Another AC/DC, Near Mint in shrink wrap, OG, flick of the switch. It is very nice. $35 start, has the original price tags in shrink wrap. It does have a clip corner. $35 start on AC/DC. Debbie Whited on Studio Tan. Debbie Whited on Studio Tan. Studio Zappa. Yeah, Frank Zappa Studio Tan. That's the name of the album. Sorry. I was making sure I didn't get those confused. For some reason, they look like very similar covers. They kind of are. Those are sold to that's sold to Debbie Whited. Sorry about that. Okay, let me grab another Japanese auction. Boy, this looks cool. Indiana Jones. Let's see what we have here. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is a Japanese pressing. $35 start. AC/DC, by the way, is a $35 start. This is the original motion picture soundtrack by John Williams. So this is the classic, original Temple of the Doom, Indiana Jones Japanese soundtrack. Nice Japanese quality gatefold. Very nice. This is Japanese, isn't it? It has to be. It definitely looks like it. Or is this a U.S. pressing? This actually may be a U.S. pressing. I was about to say it didn't have an obi, and for some reason it looked... Yeah, this is one of those U.S. pressings that we've got from Japan. It just looks so nice. I've handled enough of these. I was like, this just don't look quite right. It's not. This is a U.S. all the way around, jacket, vinyl, and everything. This is also a $35 start, but it is very nice. I mean, it's one of those records. So the obi's not missing. It didn't come with one. This is a U.S. import from Japan that we've got back from Japan. The vinyl's near mint pristine. Nice cover. And this insert, that's a $35 start. Indiana Jones. Either way, Japanese or not, nice copy. AC/DC, 2 bids. Joe was in first. Grant was second. We still have the AC/DC. We still got both Australian AC/DCs, I think. Bonham, as in Jason Bonham, $49.99. Bonham is $49.99 from 1989. That's a near mint copy of Bonham. Marilyn, oh my gosh, there's definitely some nightly nudity. Marilyn Monroe is $34.99. She is fully exposed from the Playboy centerfold, 1957. $34.99. Thank you, Tanner. We'll have to cover her up. Rare recordings of Marilyn Monroe, $34.99. She's nude on the label, too. We have to cover her up. Can't show too much of that. That will legitimately get you blocked from Facebook. $34.99 on Marilyn Monroe. And Rush 2112 is $39.99. $39.99 for Rush 2112, 1983. Gatefold, very nice. $39.99. Okay, back up to the top. AC/DC $35.35. John Leal wants the Jason Bonham. That's sold to John Leal. Terry Watts wants to get the Dirty Deeds AC/DC record. I think that's right. Let's see. There's the David Allen Coe. Let's just make a note of that. That's a pricier record. It's in one of these crates right over here that didn't sell from the other night. Somewhere in the front of these crates, I got some $100 records that didn't sell, $100 and up. Gosh, this is stuff that didn't sell. This is great titles in here. This looks like a crate of new arrivals over here, Tanner. CCR, Huey Lewis, James Taylor, and Beatles, and Joni Mitchell's. And this crate here had Bryan Adams and Phil Collins. And these, we got 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. We got 33. There's 2 over there. There's 35 crates up here. 35 crates up here of stuff that we've... Over here, look, there's more. Look over here. 35, 36, 38, 40, 40. We got 43 crates of vintage up here that's been gone through in the last just 2 weeks that haven't sold. 43 crates worth. That's stuff that haven't sold. AC/DC's at 40 with Grant Peltzer. Alan Jonathan on MM. He's going to get the Marilyn Monroe. Better hide that from your wife. That's sold to Alan Jonathan. Caroline's at 35 on the Indiana Jones. Autumn Betts, you were second on Marilyn Monroe, and Fred Carnell was third. So, update on our auctions. Grant Peltzer's at 40. Never mind. Joe Gabriel's at 45 on the AC/DC Near Mint in shrink wrap. And Indiana Jones is at 35 with Caroline Bell. She told me to get it. You got permission. That's good. All right, 2 more records in this crate before we do a recap. We have another Talking Heads. That's a VG copy, $24.99. More songs about building and food, $24.99. And we have Parliament Mothership Connection. That's EX, $74.99. It's a 75 Terre Haute Parliament Mothership Connection, EX, $74.99. I know we don't show a lot of Parliament. The ones in the back we do get Parliament in. They're like on a scale of 1 to 10, they're like a 0.5 and a 1. That's why we never put them out. These are usually look like they've been used for Frisbees. So high grade Parliament, tough to cut. This has, does this have We Got the Funk on it? Which one has We Got the Funk? This may have We Got the Funk on it. What's the get? P-Funk, Mothership. This is sold to Aaron Gardner though. All right, and Grant's out on AC/DC. So final call on both of those. But that Marilyn Monroe, of course, that shot on the cover is from the very first Playboy issue, which she was on the cover. Of course, that's the famous centerfold. That issue, by the way, is worth a ton of money. So if anybody does have that first Playboy, I'm interested in buying it. Doug says he's got a pass. It is, by the way, worth thousands of dollars. So if you do happen to have the first Marilyn Monroe Playboy laying around, it is worth thousands of dollars, by the way. I will buy it, and you can use that money to buy records. Let's end these auctions. Caroline Bell gets the Indiana Jones for 35, and AC/DC is sold to Grant Peltzer. No, that's sold to Joe Gabriel for 45. Joe Gabriel 45 on that, and Caroline on that 35. Okay, let me do a recap in here. Let me take a drink of water first. We Got the Funk is on Mothership Connection. Yeah, that's a great song. We Got the Funk, Gotta Have the Funk. That's Parliament. Okay, Stampeder, Sweet City Woman, $24.99. This is a recap. This is a recap of Wayne. Sorry, Wayne, almost forgot your name. This is a recap of Wayne's collection. Stampeder, Sweet City Woman. Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, $24.99. Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. The Playboy wouldn't be for me. That would be to resell. I don't collect Playboys. I would love to buy that and make some money on it, though. Strawberry Shortcake and Her Friends, and Strawberry Shortcake Over the Rainbow. That is $19.99. So Strawberry Shortcake and Strawberry Shortcake. Coven is sealed, 1971, $74.99. And All Aboard the Blue Train. This is Memphis Sun. This is Memphis Sun, like OG, VG Plus. Sorry, I need some more water. $24.99. Ricardo, yes, Blue Oyster Cult is $24.99. Jason Fornerad is first on Strawberry. Let me know if you want the first one or the second one, or you want both of them. Craig wants the second one. So, Jason, your pick. You can have the first or the second, or you can have both. Or, yes, and Blue Oyster Cult was $24.99. The Beatles was $39.99, 62 to 66. 25 Miles, Edwin Starr on Gordy Motown, VG $19.99. Jason gets both of the Strawberry boy, that's tough to say. Strawberry Shortcakes. That record I just laid on the table is $119.99. Let me go over here and pull 2 new Japanese auctions. How about some ZZ Top and some Phil Collins? We also got Queen, Billy Joe, and Toto over here. These are going to be $35 starts. Hello, I Must Be Going, and ZZ Top Afterburner. First, this is called the Ill Wind Flashes. That's $129.99, the Ill Wind Flashes. The B-52's Mesopotamia, VG Plus $24.99. Zappa Zoot Allures. Zappa's a 76 German pressing, $49.99. Sly and the Family Stone, there's a riot going on, VG Plus $34.99. The Grace Society with Grace Slick, that is $29.99. The Mothers of Invention, Weasels Ripped My Flesh, a 1970 white label promo, $89.99. Two more in here. Rush, 2112, the Epic, $39.99. And Talking Heads is VG, $24.99. More songs about buildings and food. Interesting title. We have two auctions now being up for bid. This is ZZ Top Afterburner. This is Near Mint and Pristine. ZZ Top. That's a cool label. When you're playing it, it looks like the rockets going around the label there. Y'all have a good night.
You do as well, sir.
Thank you. I'll let everybody know they've got stickers in their packages.
They do.
Okay. Have a good weekend. ZZ Top is a $35 start. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the Japanese insert. That's very cool. Doug and his son just left, his oldest son. Something about popcorn. They going to see a movie? Going to watch a movie? Star Wars at home. That sounds pretty good. ZZ Top, $35 start. And we have Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. Phil Collins is a $35 start. Hello, I Must Be Going. Those are $35 starts. Doug usually works late on Fridays to try to get everybody's packages out that he can. But he also is a human being with a family, so he can't stay here all night like me. I'm just a robot, but he tries to get as much packed up as he can. So he just left. It should be pretty caught up on shipping, by the way. Let me do a quick recap on some new vinyl. I got 2 more crates of new vintage stuff. By the way, if you haven't heard, tomorrow we're going to do a lot of on sale vintage tomorrow. Lots and lots of on sale vintage tomorrow. And that's because John is not working tomorrow. And Paul, let's see if he sent me any text since I've been live. Paul is in West Virginia. As y'all know, we got Paul out on the road. He flew up to Maine. He bought a collection in Maine. He bought some records yesterday in Massachusetts and in Philadelphia. He's in West Virginia today. He bought like 8,045s and a couple thousand albums in West Virginia. And now he is on his way to Ohio. And then he's going straight back down south here home in Tennessee. So we got a lot of records. We're about to have a completely full U-Haul. We're in West Virginia. I have no idea where he's been. Plus, I drew that map. I screenshotted a map and I drew where he was going, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's stopping in Columbus." And I was like, "Well, no, that's just me drawing a zigzag on the map, kind of showing where he's been. I really don't know where he's at." Otis Redding, Otis Forever, the albums and the singles. That's a new Otis Redding box set, $139.99. 1, 2, 3, 4 studio albums and a 2 LP singles hits collection, $139.99. We have Merry Christmas, Bing Crosby, $33.99. Actually, somebody's already claimed that. I got a sticky note right here. Bing Crosby sold to Dan Triaga from the Hot video. That's sold to Dan Triaga, Bing Crosby. We have Black Flag, Damaged. Black Flag is $36.99. Last 2 copies of Damaged. Iron Maiden, Brave New World. Iron Maiden is $54.99. Brave New World. Tigers of Pantang, Wildcat. $38.99 of Tigers of Pantang. Blue Oyster Cult, Tyranny and Mutation, 2000 on blue vinyl, $44.99. Jim Croce, You Don't Mess Around with Jim. That is sold to Jerry Stone. No, he wants I Got a Name. That's in a different crate. So that one's still available. Jim Croce, You Don't Mess Around with Jim. That is $33.99. That's on gold vinyl. We have Tears for Fears, The Hurting, $44.99. Bob Marley, that's a half-speed master, by the way. Tears for Fears, The Hurting. Bob Marley, African Earthsman, yellow and black splatter vinyl, $29.99. We have Hank 3, Lovesick, Broken, Drifting, $31.99. Prince, The Truth. I had somebody claim this in the video. Prince, The Truth is sold to... Actually, I may have not wrote that one down. We got 2 people wanting the gold, but I think someone claimed The Truth too. Let me lay that out just in case. Craig Johnson wants JC. That's the Jim Croce. That's sold to Craig Johnson. We have Bully, last copy. Lucky for you, $28.99. And I know both of these are sold. Prince, the Gold Experience. Those are both sold. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Those are sold to Alistair Reese and Stacy Brown. I'm pretty sure Stacy Brown wanted the Truth and the Gold Experience, but I need to double check on that. Alistair for sure gets a gold, and Stacy Brown gets a Prince Gold. Craig Johnson got Jim Croce. One copy of Bully left. That means there's one copy of possibly the Truth by Prince. And finally, last but not least, Rat, The Atlantic Years, $199.99. $199.99. New crate of vintage. And then I've got one more crate of new vinyl to recap. What time is it? 9 o'clock? It's still early. Still early. I don't know what we're going to do for later, part 2. Probably since tomorrow is nothing but on sale stuff, like the entire show tomorrow. We may have some new arrivals ready. I'll try to get some ready myself. But I have a feeling that, ooh, here's a Howlin' Wolf that looks pretty interesting we can put up. I have a feeling most of tomorrow night is it's going to be on sale records, and you'll be wanting to tune in for sure. I can promise you that. I'll have some new stuff ready. Wayne had a lot of new sealed vinyl. Wayne collected a ton of new sealed records. There's a bunch of them back there. If we can go find those tonight, I can price all those in a hurry. He had a lot of record store day stuff. He went to every record store day around the Nashville area since it's been going on. I'm talking about like since the beginning. So he has a lot of record store day stuff back there. I remember looking through some of it. It was a lot, like two crates full of record store day stuff. Prince, the Gold Experience was $38.99. So yeah, if we do have new arrivals tomorrow, it's probably going to be some stuff from his collection that I can price very easily tonight. And then maybe even some like CDs or items like that. Phil Collins is a $35 buy it now. No bids on these, so they're buy it nows. Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. That's a $35 buy it now. And ZZ Top Afterburner is a $35 buy it now. ZZ Top Afterburner, that's a $35 buy it now. So Craig Johnson gets the Phil Collins. Tanner, that was a $35 buy it now. ZZ Top is a $35 buy it now. Toto was a $45 buy it now. And we need to check. I'll remember, see if Stacy Brown got that Prince. Okay, new vintage arrivals. I just did a quick flip. There's some great stuff in here. Let me go ahead and put up this Muddy Waters I was talking about. I think there is some bootleg CDs, yes. Not Muddy Waters. Howlin' Wolf. Check out this cover. Really cool. Howlin' Wolf is Chess Bluesmaster Series, 2LP, Near Mint and Pristine, Howlin' Wolf. First track is Spoonful. $30 start. That's a Howlin' Wolf compilation from Chess. 2LP gatefold. $30 start. Lots of information. Has liner notes, biography, pictures. Does have a small saw mark there. $30 start on that. Now, new vintage arrivals. One of my favorite albums of all time and one of the best albums of all time. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill, $34.99. That's a classic, $34.99. It does have Ned written on the cover right there. Very nice though. Changes 2. This is David Bowie, Pretty Much Hits Compilation Volume 2. Pristine. I think we've hit a batch of Wisconsin stuff here. Super nice records. It's amazing how this guy was able to acquire so many. Truly a lifetime collecting to acquire this many near mint records. I think y'all know you could travel the country, buy online, watch our shows every night, and it's going to take you years to acquire thousands of mint records. Vintage OG stuff, it's going to take you years. Years and years. This is truly amazing to see this many mint records all back to back. So sorry, I was drinking water. Whew. I've been so thirsty lately. I mean, like dehydration levels. Let me get my... I'm going to do a mental reset. Hope you are ready. I'm reset now. Michael Nath is at 30 on Howlin' Wolf. Fred also bid 30. Kyle Gregory bid 35. Fred Carnell, you were second to claim the Phil Collins earlier. John, I have not seen any bootleg CDs, but I know he has some. Marty Ellis is first to David Bowie. Howlin' Wolf is at 36 now 40. Michael McDowell, I will make a note of that and check those tonight. ABBA's Greatest Hits. This is 1999. ABBA's Greatest Hits. No one's got Steely Dan yet? What in the world? Tanya Tucker's Greatest Hits in shrink wrap. Delta Dawn, $14.99. Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits, also $14.99. Cat Stevens, one of my favorites here, $14.99. Oh, baby, what a wild world. Triumph, The Sport of Kings. Triumph is $19.99. And Wham, Make It Big. Wake Me Up Before You Go. Careless Whisper, $34.99. Patrick Hummer on ABBA. And what Tanner was saying while I was over here chugging water, he said, if you're watching our shows every night, you can acquire near mint records a lot faster than you realize, which is true. If you watch our shows every night, we try to bring out the best of the best if we can, which is my job. We got to find record collections. Patrick got ABBA, Darren Wortman first to Triumph, Randy Scarborough first to Cat Stevens, and Caroline Bell first to Wham. High bid on the Howlin' Wolf is at $45 with Kyle Gregory. Chess Bluesmaster Series 2. Foreigner Double Vision. Foreigner is $19.99. Duran Duran 7 and the Ragged Tiger, $24.99. Genesis Invisible Touch, $19.99. Traffic Last Exit, $19.99. Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain. Fire on the Mountain, $24.99. Gatefold, very clean. Fire on the Mountain, $24.99. We have Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour of Eric Clapton, 1970 press in shrink wrap. Very nice copy, $34.99. That's in shrink wrap. Bonnie Tyler, Notes from America. Bonnie Tyler's $14.99. Craig Johnson first to Genesis. I figured that one would sell. Eric is first to Double Vision by Foreigner. Final Call on Howlin' Wolf. Kyle Gregory has that for $45. Final Call. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99 on the Doobie Brothers. Diana Ross is $9.99. And Donovan, The Pie History of British Pop Music promotional copy, has a promo sticker and the label, it's a flip open cover. Let's take a look very quickly. Donovan's $9.99. It's not a promo marked label, has a promo cover. $9.99. All right, I'm going to grab 2 new Japanese copies. So when I come over here, we can end that one. I have The Best of the Monkees coming up, and I have Boston Third Stage coming up. These are near mint and pristine Japanese pressings. $35 starts. I repeat, $35 starts. Let's go ahead and sell Kyle Gregory, Howlin' Wolf for $45. The Best of the Monkees. The Best of the Monkees is a $35 start. Monkees theme, Last Train, She Dream, Daydream Believer, Little Bit Me, Little Bit You. Great stuff here. Japanese pressing, has the original lyric, Japanese insert. Awesome cover. I mean, no signs of wear. Obi, the Monkees, The Best of the Monkees, $35 start. And Boston Third Stage. Just a $35 start. Boston Third Stage. There's the original Japanese flip. There's the near mint and pristine vinyl. And Boston Third Stage is a $35 start. What else is in here? A poster? Huh, it includes looks just like a record flip or a slick. Just a cardboard insert. Like just a replica of the cover. That is included as well. That's a really nice copy. I mean, perfect corners too. $35 on that. Okay, so like Donovan was the last one we showed in there. We have Mickey Newberry, I Came to Hear the Music. Mickey Newberry is $19.99. Elvis Sings Hits from His Movies, Volume 1. Elvis is $9.99. Sing Hits from His Movies, $9.99. Elvis Golden Records. Elvis Golden Records is $19.99. Orange RCA label. Elvis Golden Records. Donna Summer is $9.99. Donna Summer, $9.99. John Denver Spirit. John Denver is in shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, $9.99 on John Denver Spirit. And Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor. This is cover variant number E, original inner sleeve that has not been doused in water. The inner sleeve, when you add water to it, it changes color. So that one has not been changed, and that's variant number E, $34.99, In Through the Outdoor. Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age. This looks different. That has writing all over it. That's because it is pressed in the, let me guess, Philippines. Yeah. The guy from Wisconsin must have went to the Philippines at some point. He had a lot of Filipino pressings. $14.99 for Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age. $14.99. Caroline Bell, first to Led Zeppelin. Sherry was second. John Lill was third. Final call on Boston for $35. And final call if you want to get in on the final call if you want to get in with the Monkees. And that's a $35 start as well. Let me mute the mic for a second. Sound like something crashed. Okay. New bids. Who are items shipped out with? We use, what's that? Yeah. We use USPS, and for some reason, unless you have a really large item or order, then sometimes Doug uses UPS. UPS. But we use the post office for everything else. Media mail. Boston 36, Boston 35. Ian wants Elvis Golden Records. That's sold to Ian. And this is Prince, and Prince is $31.99. Richie Havens, Alarm Clock. Richie Havens is $19.99. So there is a new bid on Boston now. John Leal's at $36. Jim Nielsen, you're out. So never mind. Jim's at $40. But I'm about to end the Monkees. Richie Havens. Shiloh, Neil Diamond, $14.99. Shiloh. No one's connected the dots either. That's good. On the original Bang, the label is Stain. First track is Solitary Man, $14.99. We have Climax Blues Band, A Lot of Bottle. Climax Blues Band is $14.99. John Lill's back in on Boston at $41. Dolly, Heartbreak Express, Dolly Parton, $24.99. Dolly Parton, $24.99. Jeff McMaster on Neil Diamond, Shiloh. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Boston's at $45. We have Tom Petty, Let Me Up, I've Had Enough, $39.99. BMG Music Club, which is what most of these are. Tom Petty, $39.99. Let Me Up, I've Had Enough. Tom Petty. Boston's now at $45. Graham Parker and The Rumor, Stick It To Me. Graham Parker's $9.99. Diana Ross, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Diana Ross is $9.99. The Lovin' Spoonful, Everything Playing. Lovin' Spoonful is $12.99. We have Ozark Mountain Daredevils, $14.99. That is called Men from Earth, $14.99 on Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Little Feat Dixie Chicken. Little Feat is $24.99 for Dixie. Little Feat Dixie Chicken. That's an interesting, I don't think I see that one too much. $24.99. And the Beach Boys Love You, $19.99. Josh Ragland first on Little Feat. Okay, so Boston's at 46 with John Lill. I'm going to make the Monkees a buy it now. I hope that someone's on standby. This is a perfect copy. Great compilation, great track listing. $35 buy it now on the best, the Monkees. That's a $35 buy it now. Let me know if you want in on that because it is available right here. $35 buy it now. I'm putting that over there with Toto. Graham Parker, Heat Treatment. Graham Parker is $9.99. And we have Mason Williams and Manaheim Steamroller, Classical Gas, $19.99. Mason Williams and Manaheim Steamroller, Classical Gas. Classical Glass. Gas, $19.99. Ian is first to the Beach Boys, and Jim Nielsen still in on the Boston at 47. Boston has a battle. Chick-fil-A. Boston has a battle going on right now between Jim and John. Okay, new auction. This is a good one. You may have heard of this band before. They're called Van Halen. Near mint and pristine copy of 5150. Let's see who wants it. $65 start. Van Halen 5150. Why Can't This Be Love? Dreams. Also known as Van Hagar. This is the first album with Sammy Hagar on lead vocals and not David Lee Roth. This has the original Japanese 2-page flip with it. Very nice cover of Obi. Very, very nice copy. $65 start. Eric Smalley, does want the monkeys for a $35. Buy it now. Jim Nielsen's at 47 on Boston. John Leal's out. So 47 on Boston, but going once, going twice. Darren is in at 65 on Van Halen. Is that Mason with MS? This is Mason Williams with the Mannheim Steamroller. Yes, it's Mason Williams and the Mannheim Steamroller. Classical gas, 1999. Keep the Faith, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, 1999. Keep the Faith, Ozark Mountain Daredevils. A New Life, Marshall Tucker Band. Marshall Tucker Band is $14.99. A New Life, $14.99. The Outlaws is $14.99. And Joe Walsh, Recorded Live, $19.99. Joe Walsh, Recorded Live. If I can get the inner sleeve out. That's $19.99 for Joe Walsh. And Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Wow, their self-titled album. $19.99 on Manfred Mann's Earth Band, self-titled. Michael Mofield put Man. That was for, well, we just showed that one. That would have been impossible for him to claim that one. Let's see, just really, really quick. What was Marshall? Okay, Marshall Tucker. So Michael Mofield gets Marshall Tucker. Darren Meyer gets the Joe Walsh. Randy, if you do not want the classical gas, Randy, if you pass on that, then Kelly Bagwell gets it. Keep the Faith is Black Oak, Arkansas. Yes, Keep the Faith, Black Oak, Arkansas, $19.99. Let's go ahead and sell Boston, the Jim Nielsen. That's sold to Jim Nielsen for $47. And Van Halen, final call. Are y'all going to let Darren steal this? He may steal it. $65 on Van Halen 5150, final call. 5150, final call, $65. Led Zeppelin, self-titled, $44.99. This is a 5-digit, late 70s press, near mint though. $44.99 for Led Zeppelin, self-titled debut. Countdown, Time and Outer Space, Dave Brubeck Quartet, $19.99. Dave Brubeck Quartet, Columbia 2i. Chris DiLorenzo is in at 66 on Van Halen. Joe Maynard's at 70. There we go. Sorry, Darren Meyer. Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, the Paris concert, $24.99. This is Columbia Special Products. Art Blakey, $24.99. Birdland, Charlie Bird, $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. Columbia 2i, Charlie Bird. Couple of nice jazz records all of a sudden. David Knopfler, Lips Against the Steel, $19.99. Excuse me. And Don Ellis, Tears of Joy. Don Ellis is $19.99. I've been drinking too much water, which I need some more right now. Excuse me for 10 seconds. We have Led Zeppelin, Chris Ferrara on Space. That's sold to Chris Ferrara. Michael Naft is first to Led Zeppelin. And we have Van Halen is now at $70 with Joe Maynard. Van Halen is at $70 with Joe Maynard. Jazz at Preservation Hall, the George Lewis Band of New Orleans, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. Jazz at Preservation Hall. Marvin Gaye Superstar Series, celebrating Motown's 20th anniversary. This is from 1980, $29.99. This is a Marvin Gaye hits compilation. What's Going On, Mercy, Mercy Me. Well, heck, that's like the entire first side of What's Going On. Oh, it's a medley, that's why. Which I guess all those do kind of run together if you listen to the album. I Want You, Keep Getting It On, After Dance, I Wish It Would Rain, and Come Get This. Marvin Gaye is sold to... hold on a second. Let's pause for a hydration break. That is true. I'm about to take another one. Patrick Hummer on the Preservation Hall. Wayne Carr on Marvin Gaye. And Calvin Ward was second. Van Halen is sold to Joe Maynard for $70. Joe Maynard gets Van Halen for $70. That was a great crate. Let me go through those one more time. I've got some new Japanese pressings over here coming up again. We have Motley Crue. Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, Near Mint and Pristine Japanese pressing. This is a 75. start. Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, $75 start. Near mint and pristine with Obi. Elektra Records, 1985. Smoking in the Boys' Room, Home Sweet Home, Near mint and pristine. Motley Crue, $75 start. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the very nice cover with Obi. What else is in here? You have, a hard rock. I think it's a sampler. It's like a flexi disc. You can actually play that. That's included. And another Japanese insert. Motley Crue is a $75 start. Theater of Pain, that's a $75 start. And Billy Joel, The Bridge. The Bridge is in shrink wrap with Obi, $35 start. The Bridge, Billy Joel, $35 start. Near mint and pristine. You have a Japanese insert, another Japanese insert, and a really nice cover with Obi. That was a $35 start. Yes, the Van Halen was near mint. Joe, you got that for $70. You just got a really good deal on it. These are unadvertised, late night Japanese auctions that haven't been advertised or put up yet. Great stuff. Motley Crue is near mint and pristine. That's a $75 start. Randy, we got the Mason Williams to Kelly. We got that. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know again, though. We got that. Let me put my other phone in my pocket before I lose it. Steely, I'm going to go through these one more time and just read titles, unless it's something that I really think you should buy, and then I'm going to say you really should buy this, which is like Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. This is $34.99. That is about the second or third label on that one, technically. There was two labels that pretty much came out at the same time. Some consider that the second label. I really consider it the third label. And then there's two more labels after that. So it's a gatefold. It's a really nice earlier pressing. $34.99. No problem, Randy, but thank you for letting me know. Tanya Tucker's just $14.99. Greatest hits and shrink wrap. Duran Duran is still available, just $24.99. Traffic, Last Exit. Charlie Daniels. If you're from Tennessee, you need that one just to hang on your wall. Look at all the stuff. You get the flag and the irises and the raccoons, and has other Tennessee scenery on it. Charlie Daniels, he lived about 5 minutes from here in Mount Juliet. $24.99. Delaney and Bonnie Tyler, the Doobie Brothers, Diana Ross, Donovan, Mickey Newberry, Elvis, Donna Summer, John Denver, Dan Fogelberg, Richie Havens, Climax Blues Band, Dolly Parton, another Tennessee legend, Tom Petty, Graham Parker, Diana Ross, Lovin' Spoonful, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Graham Parker, The Outlaws, Manfred Mann, Ozark, Art Blakey, Charlie Bird, David Knopfler, and Don Ellis. First, we have Sherry Darnell wants the Tanya Tucker. That's so to Sherry Darnell. The Duran was called Seven, and the Ragged Tiger, $24.99. And Charlie Daniels is a $24.99. It's $24.99, Jim Nielsen. Fire on the Mountain, gatefold, very nice copy. There's the Fiddle Master himself. Rest in peace. All right, Caroline bid $75 on Motley Crue. The Outlaws was $19.99, or excuse me, $14.99. That one has Green Grass and High Tides on it. So, not CDB. He wanted to know the price on CBB. Got my D's and B's mixed up there. That's the Climax Blues Band. A lot of bottle. That is $19.99. A lot of bottle, $19.99. The Art Blakey. Michael Mofield wants the Outlaws. The Art Blakey is called Paris Concert. It's in mono. Recorded live at Olympia Music Hall, Paris. Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers. You also get Lee Morgan on trumpet. That is $24.99. That's a Columbia Special Products. Jim Nielsen gets the Climax Blues Band. We're going to go ahead and sell Caroline Bell, the Motley Crue, for $75. I consider that a great price for that copy. That's sold to Caroline Bell for $75. If anybody wants Billy Joel, $35 buy it now on Billy Joel, The Bridge. Billy Joel, The Bridge. $35 buy now. She just got a great deal on Motley Crue. Everybody's asleep. It's Friday night. Everybody's asleep. You get great deals if you tune in on Friday nights. And that leaves ZZ Top, Billy Joe, and Toto available. And Jim Nelson, I got you sold on that. Fred Carnell was second on Outlaws. Chris Farrar says he'll take the Art Blakey if Dave passes. Dave, this is near mint. No condition notes on it. It is a Columbia Special Products label. Near mint vinyl. Dave, that's yours if you want it. If not, it's sold to Chris Farrar. Final call. Carol Puckett, everything is sticker price. You know the drill. Sticker price. There's one record I pulled out to see if it had the poster with it. It does not have a poster. I think this is a deal at $24.99. This is the best of Dolly Parton. The best of Dolly Parton. Jolene, The Bargain Store, I Will Always Love You, Coat of Many Colors, Tennessee Mountain Home. That's just $24.99. The best of Dolly. No poster, though. Dave Plunkett said he'll take that. And Grant Peltzer, I will go ahead and sell you Toto for $35. I will go ahead and sell you that Toto for $35. And I will go ahead and sell Carol Puckett. I don't want to see any of these left behind. So Carol Puckett, I will go ahead and sell you that. Steely Dan for $30. And Caroline Bell also wants Dolly. I'll be very nice and considerate and sell my favorite album to Carol for $30. Grant got Toto for $35. Dave Plunkett got the Art Blakey. And Caroline Bell got the Dolly. Several claims there. I have one more crate of new vinyl to recap from the other night, in case you didn't get to see that, or last night. And then I have a whole nother crate of new vintage arrivals. And that will probably put us close to 10 o'clock, which means I think it's time for a break. I've got some people here lobbying me to take a break tonight. We probably will have a part 2 tonight. We probably will have a part 2 tonight, even though I'm dehydrated and like dizzy. All right. One more run through on this crate. Had a lot of great new vinyl last night. Singles. The single soundtrack, $44.99. 2 LP. Also includes the bonus CD, $44.99. We all of a sudden have like 20 copies in stock of British Steel by Judas Priest. Hopefully somebody needs one right now, $29.99. And we have Taylor Swift everywhere. We have Midnights on mahogany colored vinyl, $33.99. And we have Midnights on Blood Moon. That's $33.99. Jethro Tull, $28.99. Stephen Wilson remix. We have Hall & Oates, Rock and Roll Soul, $28.99. And George Strait's greatest hits, a.k.a. Icons, $33.99. Craig Johnson wants the single soundtrack. The Japanese stuff that have not sold, these are $35 buy it nows. ZZ Top Afterburner and Billy Joel The Bridge. Those are $35 buy it nows. Jeff Buckley, Grace, $33.99 for Jeff Buckley, Grace. REM Green is $36.99. Yes, the 1969 broadcast, $33.99. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou's $44.99. Pearl Jam Versus, $34.99. Jeff Buckley, You and I is $41.99. Lauryn Hill is $36.99. MTV Unplugged. Kiss Self-Titled, $33.99. New Mo-Fi, Dire Straits Making Movies, 2 LP, 45 RPM, $69.99. Extreme Porno Graffiti, $38.99. Jerry Rafferty and Steelers Will Collected, $44.99. Jim Croce, this is sold to Jerry Stone. I Got a Name. I got a sticky note right over here. I Got a Name. That's sold to Jerry Stone. And Brent Rabeless said he will take the ZZ Top. All right. So we're moving through some Japanese vinyl tonight. Let me put up 2 new ones. I got Rainbow, and let's do another Billy Joel. Let's do the Queen. This is a tough Queen record to find anywhere, U.S. or Japanese especially. Let's see, Jim Nelson takes the Billy Joel. Okay, so all Japanese stuff has sold. Jim Nelson gets the Billy Joel for $35. Randy Davis wants the Mo-Fi Dire Straits. That's a good decision. I was going to keep one of those, Randy, if we didn't sell both of those. But we have sold both of those. And how much was the LH? LH was Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, MTV Unplugged, 2 LP was $36.99. Next 2 Japanese auctions are Queen, The Works. Queen, The Works. This is Near Mint and Pristine. Radio Gaga. I love that song. Radio Gaga. I Want to Break Free. Hammer to Fall. Great Queen album. Near Mint and Pristine. $65. $65 start on Queen. The Works. Sorry, I forgot the name of it. I was like, what in the world is the name of this album? Queen, The Works is $65. I've also had short-term memory loss tonight, too. Very nice copy with Obi. $65 start. Queen, The Works. We also have Rainbow, Straight Between the Eyes. Rainbow, I'll do that one for a $35 start. Straight Between the Eyes, $35 start. That is Near Mint and Pristine. We have a 2-page Japanese flip with it. No foxing or anything on these two. And there's the Obi. The Obi does have some tape where it was held together, but that is nice. $35 start. Okay, so 65 and 35 on those. Info on Jerry Rafferty. Jerry Rafferty and Steelers Will Collected is music on vinyl. That's a 2 LP. Side 1 is pretty much a Steelers Will's greatest hits. And then sides 2, 3, and 4 is a Jerry Rafferty's greatest hits. $44.99 for music on vinyl. We have a new soundtrack. It's called In the Fade, which is by Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. There's 2,000 of those on crystal clear vinyl, $36.99. Boingo is $46.99. Reggae Collected is $44.99. The Call Collected is $46.99. And Dirty Rotten Imbeciles 4 of a Kind is $38.99. $38.99. So that was just a recap of some new vinyl. Let's bring out the next band and last band of new vintage stuff, Scott Jokumstaller. That must be the Boingo you were talking about right here. That's Scott Jokumstaller, Boingo. 35 and 65 on those. We have DRI, The Call, Reggae Collected, In the Fade, Jerry Rafferty, Extreme, Kiss, Lauryn Hill, Jeff Buckley, Pearl Jam, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Yes, R.E.M., more Jeff Buckley, George Strait, Hall & Oates, Jethro Tull, Taylor Swift, Judas Priest, Judas Priest, Judas Priest, Judas Priest, Judas Priest. Say that 5 times and you cast a curse on somebody. That is Brent's for $35. 35 as well on that. We do have a new bid on Queen. Let's go through another crate of new vintage stuff. I see the first record in here, which will probably be the last record, will be an instant seller. Uh-oh. Is this check condition? Okay, this is a check condition crate. I saw a Kiss record in here, and I was like, Kiss? Check condition, like most Kiss records. I do see some Grateful Dead. I see some Yes and some Styx and some ZZ Top and some Beatles and some Led Zeppelin and Johnny Cash and more Led Zeppelins and Sam and Dave's, and this is a good crate. It is check condition record, so I will let you know the grade and the price. I'll let you know the grade and the price on these. Brent Rabley is at 65 on Queen. The Works. Brent Rabley's at 65. That's going twice, going 3 times. James Bragg wants the Lauryn Hill. That's so to James Bragg. Lauryn Hill, MTV Unplugged. All right. Final call on Queen. I'm looking for a $35 start on Rainbow. New check condition stuff here. New check condition stuff. This is priced accordingly, and I'll tell you the grade. Shine On Brightly, Procol Harum, VG Plus, $19.99. Shine On Brightly, Procol Harum, VG Plus, $19.99. The Dave Brubeck Quartet, The Last Time We Saw Paris, live in Paris, VG Plus, $14.99. Dave Brubeck Quartet, Columbia 2i label. Climax Blues Band, that is a self-titled album, EX, $17.99. Fred Carnell is at 66 on Queen. Brent, you're out. Hall & Oates, Abandoned Luncheonette. That's VG Plus, $14.99. When the Morning Comes, a great song. VG Plus, $14.99. McCartney, that's a 1970 UK pressing. VG Plus condition, $39.99. McCartney, VG Plus, $39.99. We have Heart, Bad Animals. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Also, original Sun Sound of Johnny Cash, a VG copy, $24.99. That's another original Sun. Hey, look, has the original Wisconsin owner's condition notes on it. He said the music's great. That's his, like, how his opinion of the actual music. The record condition, VG++, it sounds VG++, and he has a bunch of other notes on here. I don't know what that means. 1965, book value $50. Probably, if you do look this up in a book, it probably does say near mint $50. Johnny Cash, this is VG 24.99. That's an original Memphis Sun. Brent Rabley, let me know if you're in or out on Queen. If you're out, I'm going to go ahead and sell that to Fred and in Rainbow. Thomas Bowman's first to Heart. Heather Gallegos was second. We have Spanky in our gang, Like to Get to Know You. That has the poster with it. That does have the poster. VG plus $19.99. Brent Rabley is in on the Queen at 67. Led Zeppelin is a 71 Richmond press. VG plus $44.99. 71 Richmond press. VG plus $44.99. That does have Pico in the dead wax. So Fred, you're out on Queen. Something New by the Beatles. That's a 64 Scranton press. VG plus $29.99. 64 Scranton press. And Surfin' Safari by the Beach Boys. That's mono, VG, $12.99. Surfin' Safari by the Beach Boys, VG, $12.99. Four-wheel drive, Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's a VG plus, $9.99. Styx, The Grand Illusion. That one has the poster. Somebody just asked the other night, does it have the poster? This one does. EX on the vinyl, about a VG cover, $19.99. Nigel Del Rocket on SN, that's Something New by the Beatles. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Fred Carnell, now you're out on Queen. Let me know if you're in or out for good. Yes, Fragile is VG plus $14.99. Yes, Fragile, VG plus $14.99. Sherry Darnell, first on Johnny Cash. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Classic Yes album there. The Kids Are Alright by The Who. This has the booklet with it. It's like a 20-page booklet. VG $19.99 and also about a VG cover. Europe 72, The Grateful Dead. Europe 72 is EX $74.99. This is a trifold 1972 Grateful Dead. Europe 72 EX $74.99. Fred's out on Queen. How's the Beach Boys Surfing cover? Surfing Safari. Spine is good up until right there. There's one chip. And then there's some pretty kind of bad damage down here on the corner. It looks like it got maybe a little wet at one point. Top seam is fine, and the bottom seam has a little bit of a crackle going on. So probably a VG or VG minus cover, VG vinyl, $12.99. Next is Fred's out on Queen. Ian was first to Yes. Chad was second. The McCartney was a VG plus, $39.99. It is an original 1970, which is the OG year of that album. An original 1970 UK pressing. Let's go ahead and sell Queen then, since Fred's out. Brent Rabley gets the Queen for $67. If anybody wants Rainbow, that's a $35 buy it now. Rainbow, straight between the eyes, that's a $35 buy it now. Rainbow, straight between the eyes, $35 buy it now. And so far, that's the only Japanese pressing that has not sold tonight. Caroline's going to go ahead and take the McCartney self-titled. That's sold to Caroline Bell. Dark Side of the Moon, a 73 Los Angeles press, EX, $44.99. Mary Myers wrote her name in the rainbow in the prism colors. It's a 73, no posters or inserts or anything. About a VG cover, as most of them are. Wow. You know, I'm only holding like one of the greatest recordings of all time right now. 1973 Los Angeles press, EX. EX isn't bad for a Dark Side of the Moon. These things are usually trashed. $44.99 if you're looking for any kind of clean OG. Man, these are so hard to find in good condition. For it to have been on the charts for like 40 years, it's just amazing. There's almost no mint copies in existence. I mean, it's impossible to find. Speak to Me, Breathe, On the Run, Time. It's been a while since I've played a copy. May have to put one on tonight. This is one of the greatest songs of all time. It's called Time. Wow. Ever read the lyrics to that while you're listening to it? Joanne. I've talked somebody into it. Joanne Reeve takes Dark Side of the Moon. Let me grab two new Japanese copies over here. Billy Joel, The Stranger, and Toto 4. These are $35 starts. Toto 4 and Billy Joel, his classic album, The Stranger. This cover does have some of that Japanese humidity damage or foxing I was talking about. You can see it a little bit right here, maybe not so much up here, but this is decently nice jacket. Other than that, it has the original Japanese insert with it. There's the original anti-static that came with it. And this is near mint and pristine vinyl. Yeah, absolute beautiful vinyl. The Stranger is a $35 start. And Toto 4, it's near mint and pristine all the way around, I believe. I believe so. $35 start, Toto 4. Obi at the top, near mint and pristine vinyl. There's the insert. There's the Obi, Africa, Rosanna. That's a $35 start. All right. Let's see here. We have Billy Joel at 35, and Toto 4 is also a $35 start. The OG Black Triangle CD. I've never listened to that one. I do have an original UK. That's one of my prized records. Probably, I don't even like touching it, though. It is a mint copy. Blue Triangle UK pressing. I did listen to it twice. Sounds great. I think Tanner may remember that. I was like, all right, we're going to play this 2 times, and I'm never touching it again until I'm ready, really ready to listen to it. It's about it's an expensive album. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it's an expensive album. Sorry, I was on water break. I've chugged about 2 bottles of water since last half hour. All right, Toto's at 35. Where are we at? Both auctions have bids. Billy Joel's at 35, Toto's at 35. Yes, the 30th anniversary edition sounds amazing. The UK, as far as vinyl, the UK Blue Triangle sounds great. The 30th anniversary edition. And if you want a nice, affordable copy, let me show you these. I mean, we have sold hundreds of these. If you're listening and like, well, dang it, I'd like a copy of Dark Side of the Moon now. This is not bad for the money. I mean, only $38.99. This is the new remaster. It still sounds very good. The good thing about this one is it's very quiet. You know, when you listen to some of these OG copies, even if they look mint, they have a little bit of noise. Capitol didn't make the best quality records for those in '73. So these here are very good sounding quiet remasters. That's why we sell so many of these Pink Floyd new sealed remasters. That is $38.99 if anybody wants a copy. I've got stacks of those. We sell them every day almost here in the store. $38.99 for Dark Side of the Moon. Final call on both of these auctions, 35 and 35. Sorry for the Pink Floyd detour. Back to the crate. Herbie Mann, live at the Whiskey A Go-Go. That's EX $17.99. Herbie Mann is EX $17.99. Bennett and Basie, must be Tony Bennett and Count Basie, Strike Up the Band. That's on Roulette in shrink wrap, EX $14.99. Roulette is EX, or Bennett and Basie's EX $14.99. Kenny Rogers and the First Editions. Kenny Rogers and the First Editions. That's a VG copy for $9.99. Herbie Mann, Bennett, Basie. Santana is next. Santana Shango. Santana's EX $17.99. And the Best of Sam and Dave is a VG copy, $9.99. That's VG. The Best of Sam and Dave. Chet says, hold on, I'm coming. And Soul Man. That's the big ones. All right, Caroline Bell first to Kenny Rogers. Terry Westwood was second. Jimmy Ball first to Santana. Best of Sam and Dave. We also have Led Zeppelin 3. It's a Richmond press. OG. VG Plus $39.99 for Led Zeppelin 3. VG Plus. It is a 4-digit. 1841 Broadway. It says So Mote Be It in the dead wax. VG Plus on the vinyl, $39.99. And Average White Band is EX, $9.99. Pick up the pieces. EX, $9.99. Caroline Bell first on Led Zeppelin. Craig was second. Nigel was third. REO Speedwagon is VG Plus, $14.99. REO Orange Epic Label VG Plus, $14.99. All right, let's go ahead and end these auctions. Billy Joel is sold for $35 to Jim Nielsen. Toto is sold to Chris Ferrara, also for $35. Darren Meyer gets the average white band. That's sold to Darren Meyer. While Tanner's tagging those, let me grab some new Japanese. The crate's empty. Is there more over here?
Yeah, I was trying to pull a few.
All right, Tanner's got a few more here. Are these that Friday Showdown? That looks interesting. Friday Rock Showdown, and let's see here. We'll do Billy Joel. What is this? Billy Joel. Never seen that. Yeah, let me have that one. All right, so let's see what this compilation here is. First, Marty Ellis wants REO. I'll go ahead and pull that. We have Friday Rock Showdown. No, not Showdown, just Friday Rock Show. Volume 2. I can't. The Obi's covering up the artist. Let me check the... What's going on here? Looks like average. I can't. Here we go. The Friday Rock Show from BBC Radio 1. Diamond Head, Sweet Savage, Witch Find, Last Flight, Black Axe, Demon, Spider, and Exoro. Sounds like more local. I'm not too familiar with any of that, but BBC, maybe it's just stuff I don't know what it is. But it's some kind of promo rock sampler. This is a $35 start. It is Japanese from the BBC. The Friday Rock Show, $35 start on that. I'm not too familiar with those artists, though. You can slide the Obi. Let me slide the Obi on this side so we can see those artists one more time. That's a $35 start. Here is a Japanese booklet. It's completely in Japanese. No English on that, so I don't know what any of that really is. That's a $35 start. Now, here's something I've definitely heard of. This is a $55 start. $55 start. Idlewild South, the Allman Brothers Band. Near Mint and Pristine, Midnight Rider, Revival, Don't Keep Me Wondering, in a memory of Elizabeth Reed. This is a $55 start. Hoochie Coochie Man, Leave My Blues at Home. That's Near Mint and Pristine, $55 start. There's the Japanese insert, and there is the cover of Obi, $55 start on that. Now, I guess if I've heard of anybody, I feel like I've heard of Diamond Head before. And that's the track that Fred Carnell wants to know what it is. Diamond Head is Don't You Ever Leave. Don't You Ever Leave. All right, both of those have bids. Michael Link says a huge rock show in the 80s in UK on radio for breaking new metal. There you have it. And Hendry pretty much said the same thing. Final call. We have 35 and 55, or not final call. We have bids on both of those, 35 and 55. I think Michael and Hendry would both know, since I think at one point or another they have both lived in Europe. We have Lighthouse, One Fine Morning, EX copy, $12.99. Diamond Head, I Am Evil. That's where I've heard them. Yes, Diamond Head, I Am Evil. Diamond Head was the original writer of I Am Evil, which is covered by Metallica as a single from Ride the Lightning. Yes, I'm familiar. That's why I'd heard of them before. Jeff Buckley is sold to Brent Rabley. You and I Am Evil. My mother was a witch. She was burned alive. James Taylor is VG Plus, $9.99. James Taylor is VG Plus, $9.99. Who got Zeppelin? Zeppelin is sold. Craig Zeppelin, you were second. Caroline Bell got the Led Zeppelin 3. Sugarloaf, Spaceship Earth, VG Plus, $19.99. Sugarloaf, Spaceship Earth, VG Plus, $19.99. And The Fix, Shuttered Room, VG copy, $12.99. The Fix, Shuttered Room, VG copy, $12.99. A Date with Elvis is VG Plus, $39.99. 1965 Indianapolis Press in shrink wrap, VG Plus, $39.99. Now, a final call. Allman Brothers, 55. Friday Rock Show, Michael Ling, 35. Darren Meyer has the Allman Brothers. Scott Joachimsthaler on Lighthouse. Joachimsthaler on Lighthouse. Lighthouse, yes. Am I Evil B-side, Creeping Death. Yes. See, people always ask, do you have a Metallica album that has Am I Evil on it? And I was like, no, that was a single that came out during Ride the Lightning, and it's not on the newest reissue. It's on Garage Inc., though. That's what we found out. Of course, you can buy the original single. There is some kind of 2 LP, maybe. Did we figure that out one night? We spent about an hour trying to debate how you could get that song on vinyl. The original single, which was released various countries, it's on Garage Inc., and I think there may be some kind of 2 LP deluxe of that you can get. Scott Jokenstaller got Lighthouse, Friday Rock 36, Allman Brothers 57, and Friday Rock 30. It's on the re-release of Kill 'Em All. There you go, which I guess not really the album that was Eric came out on, but that was what was weird. It's on the re-release of Kill 'Em All. Kiss Alive 2 is VG $34.99, 77 Terre Haute. Kiss Alive 2, VG $34.99, Kiss Alive 2. Kiss Alive 2, VG $34.99. Looks like it has the original inner sleeves. Let me make sure there's nothing else extra in here. Both auctions are getting bids. Let's see. 1 inner sleeve, 2 inner sleeves, and that's it. No tattoos or anything else in that. And that is a VG copy, $34.99, 77 Terre Haute. All right. So, Allman Brothers, 57, 58, 60. Friday Rock is now at 39. Red Fox, laugh your donkey off. Red Fox is VG Plus, $9.99. Hank Williams Jr., Whiskey Bent and Hellbound, VG copy, $12.99. The Moody Blues, In Search of Lost Chord, EX, $17.99. The Moody Blues, In Search of Lost Chord, EX, $17.99. Ron Duffield first to Red Fox. Toby was second. Caroline was third. Preston was first to Hank Williams Jr. Well, I believe Caroline was after. That might have been an autocorrect. Caroline put H-E-N. That might have been for Hank Williams because Caroline put H. Williams again. So Caroline was probably first to Hank Williams. Ron Duffield got Red Fox. Caroline was first to Hank Williams. Preston was second. How much for Kiss? Kiss Alive 2 is VG $34.99. Mike Langford wants In Search of Lost Chord. We have Gypsy, Tramps, and Thieves, The Way of Love. That is Cher, VG Plus, $14.99. The Association Birthday, VG Plus, $9.99. Elvis Costello, Punch the Clock. That's a VG copy, $12.99. Nazareth, Loud and Proud. Nazareth is VG, $9.99. And Tres Hombres, nice looking cover, EX, $32.99. That's because it's a second label, EX, $32.99. Elizabeth Lennox wants the Elvis. A Date with Elvis, that's sold to Elizabeth. Now, update on our auctions. Darren's out on Allman Brothers, so Jimmy Ball has that for 60, final call. Michael Ling's at 40 on the Friday Rock Show. Who else is bidding? Autumn Betts, let me know if you're in or out on the Friday. Elizabeth wants the Elvis Costello, not Presley, Tanner. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. EP, not Costello. My bad. My bad. I do have some George Strait. They're back here behind the counter. Let me grab them. I'll put these. I'll actually make them a buy it now. First come, first serve. I got some high-end stuff here behind the counter that I haven't been meaning to show. There's a few putbacks over here too, but I really got this stuff set aside for last night. And there's a Led Zeppelin that did not sell the other night, and I don't know how come. And a Pink Floyd. So let me pull these out and show these, and it's like, what in the world? But I've got 3 near mint George Strait albums. All 3 of these are $49.99. They're near mint, minus vinyl and VG Plus covers. Then I got a Led Zeppelin and a Pink Floyd. These are all first come, first serve. Let me show those right now. First, Jim Hickson, the Nazareth, was called Loud and Proud, VG copy, $9.99. Michael Ling gets the Friday Rock Show, That sold to Michael Ling for $40, and Darren Meyer is out. Jimmy Ball got Allman Brothers for $60, so Michael Ling got that for $40. Allman Brothers is sold for $60. Okay, if you want the George Straits, comment the name of the album. These are all $49.99. We have Something Special featuring The Chair. You sure got this old redneck feeling blue. Lefty's Gone and Haven't You Heard. That's called Something Special, $49.99. If You Ain't Lovin', You Ain't Livin'. That one's also $49.99. And Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind? That is $49.99. Those are all about, they're all the vinyls, very clean, very nice, $49.99, and about VG Plus covers. Now, we found this in a bin out on the sales floor. I was like, did I ever even show this? Led Zeppelin, $44.99. It is a 5-digit reissue. $44.99, 5-digit, just like one we sold a moment ago. $49.99 for Led Zeppelin 1. And this is something that didn't sell the other night. It does have some, I don't know why, but it has a bunch of tape right here on the cover. Other than that, it's a very clean 77 Pink Floyd Animals. The vinyl's near mint minus VG Plus cover other than the tape, which probably automatically makes it VG or worse. But that's $59.99. There's a couple we had behind the counter that I was like, man, how come these hadn't sold? So Preston wants Something Special. Alex, if you want the last two, I'll give you a bundle deal. I'll do 45 and 45 on the last two. Tanner, that's sold to Preston for $49.99. Let's set that aside. I need to put it in a new crate. Preston Denny wants Fort Worth, $49.99 if you're buying that one. Or Preston, if Alex passes, no on Something Special, I already have it. So never mind on that one. So now I'm really confused. I guess we just need to give that one to Preston for $49.99. And these two, Alex, if you want these two, 45 and 45. He said he'll pass. If anybody wants these individually, or if you want them, we need to put those in a, set that aside, please. Okay, and then this was, which of the Led Zeppelin has better vinyl on it? I think they're pretty much kind of from that Wisconsin batch. They're all very nice, Mr. Nath. They're all very nice. I have shown Rat. Let me show Rat one more time, though. Trying to show... I've spent a few hours listening to these three albums. Oh my gosh. A little bit of time listening to those three. No problem. Preston, I got you down for Fort Worth, $49.99. We have Rat, The Atlantic Years, box set, $199.99. If you hadn't seen that already this week, first ever collection of their albums, Out of the Cellar, Invasion of Privacy, Dancing in the Cover, Reach for the Sky, and Detonator, $199.99. Also includes a book, backstage pass, bumper sticker, guitar pick, 7-inch single, and poster. $199.99 on that. All right, I've got new Japanese stuff. First, Jim Hickson said he'll take the Nazareth. That's so did Jim Hickson. Let me read what titles are left in this check condition bin. I guess I need to put up some new auctions before I do that. I see a Woodstock 2 soundtrack that looks really nice, and these are usually beat up. And I see a Tommy soundtrack. Let's see here. I don't know if I've had a Japanese copy of this. Woodstock 2, Japanese pressing of Woodstock, and this is volume 2. $45 start on this. This one has Jimi Hendrix on it, Jefferson Airplane, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Woodstock 2, that's very cool. The U.S. copies of this, for some reason, are always just kind of beat up. $45 start on Woodstock 2. Saturday afternoon, won't you try? That's great Jefferson Airplane stuff there. Very psychedelic. $45 start. Very crisp. There's no foxing or any spots on this. Beautiful looking copy. Obi, crisp and white as well. This is truly near mint Japanese Woodstock 2. There's pictures from the show and the after show. It's like a wasteland after everybody left. $45 start on Woodstock 2. I've watched that film multiple times. Yeah, I was fascinated by it. First time I watched all that. Tommy. This is a soundtrack from the movies, such as Eric Clapton, Roger Daltrey, John Entwistle, Elton John, Keith Moon, pretty much all the members of The Who, Pete Townsend, Tina Turner, and The Who all together. And this is a $35 start. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. There's Tommy, 1 LP, 2 LP, and this includes a multi-page book, Tommy the movie, and we have gatefold, $35 starts. So $35 and $45 starts on those. Here is what was left in this most recent bin of check condition. Shine On Brightly, Pro Call Harem, the Dave Brubeck Quartet, Climax Blues Band, Hall & Oates, Spanky and Our Gang, Led Zeppelin 4, Four Wheel Drive, Styx, Grand Illusion, The Kids Are Alright, Tommy, Grateful Dead, Europe 72, The Beach Boys, Surfing Safari, Tony Bennett and Count Basie, Herbie Mann, The Best of Sam and Dave, James Taylor, Sugarloaf, The Fix, Kiss Alive 2, Cher, The Association, ZZ Top, and Elvis Costello, Punch the Clock. Brian C's in on Tommy at 35. Okay, I want to go back to the very first crate of new stuff we had tonight. New vintage stuff. Let me do that. Let me get all the new vinyl over here. I think we've almost sold another half bin of new vinyl from tonight. Let's see here. Is that the very first? Yeah, here's the very first crate. Really good stuff here. Sorry, we got a couple dozen fire trucks going by the store. Sam and Dave was a VG copy for $9.99, and Kiss Alive was VG Plus. Let's see here. Kiss Alive was VG for $34.99. It's that time of the night where I do some crate condensing. There goes a couple more dozen fire trucks. They always get dispatched to hotels. Late at night, I'll be out, I'll go to the market or something, and I see a fire truck go by, and they're always at a motel. I guess a lot of fire alarms get triggered there for some reason. All right. Provolone, Pro Call. Pro Call Harem was a VG Plus, $14.99. Here's one of the very first crates of the night, and I'll go ahead and make this. It is Friday night at 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and make this a buy it now best offer crate. There was way too many great titles left in this one. So let me go ahead and go through this one more time. Brian C. gets Tommy for $35. We'll go ahead and end that. And if anybody wants Woodstock 2, that's a $45 buy it now. You need to be all over that. It's a perfect copy, Woodstock 2. That's for your consideration. I'll put up a couple new ones in just a second. This is new vintage arrivals from first part of the night. Jeff Beck, Tim Bogart, and Carmine Apiece. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. Jeff Beck, Tim Bogart, and Carmine Apiece. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, not Balmer. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, pictures at an exhibition. Something stuck to the back of that. I got it off, though. Emerson, Lake and Palmer is $19.99. Pictures at an exhibition. And Queen Jazz. Here's some of the, I can't believe this didn't sell stuff. Original inner sleeve, no naked women poster, but no fat bottom girls. Very nice copy, though. $34.99. Kelly said she will take the Pro Call Harem. That is right here. That is Shine On Brightly, VG Plus, and that's sold to Kelly. All right, Emerson, Lake, and Embalmer. Yeah. Let me go ahead and put away Woodstock 2. Final call. It'll be laying over here, though, if you to change your mind on it. $45 buy it now. That was a perfect copy. Let me lay that right here. And I'm going to just put these back in this crate. Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. I'm going to put those away. Sherry Darnell wants Woodstock 2 for $45. And we've got, I'm going to put this back in the Pink Floyd bin, $38.99. And that leaves only one Japanese pressing that has not sold tonight. Rainbow Straight Between the Eyes. And that was a $35 buy it now. I'm going to put Pink Floyd away before it gets dinged or falls off or something happens to it. All right, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. What else are we having here? Stephen Stills, the best of Stephen Stills, $19.99. Kansas, self-titled, is still available, $19.99. These are really nice records. Wisconsin, really good titles too. There's Deodato again, Prelude, $19.99. And Wild and Peaceful, Cool and the Gang. Wild and Peaceful is $39.99. Cool and the Gang. The Best of the Diamonds, $14.99. And The Best of the Doobies, Volume 2. $14.99. Let me see what I got going over here in the Japanese bin. A Rolling Stones that I've never seen before. And all of a sudden, Carol Puckett's ears perked up like satellites. The Rolling Stones. This is called Gold Super Disc. Gold Super Disc, the Rolling Stones. That looks like Mr. Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger. This is a blue London label, Tokyo, Japan. Near mint and pristine. This is a Rolling Stones Gold Super Disc. Vinyl looks perfect, $45 start. There's some of the unfortunate humidity foxing on the lyric insert. I can't get no satisfaction, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Street and Fightin' Man. And the cover looks really nice. None of that damage made it over to the cover. We're talking about a clean and pristine Obi, cover, vinyl. Just the insert has a little bit of damage. And then here's one of the most important albums in rock history, Rubber Soul by the Beatles, UK Flag Series number 6. This is going to be a $55 start, and that is because it is very nice. It is near mint and pristine. The Beatles Rubber Soul, top copy, very nice. Has the original inner sleeve, so the vinyl's very nice. The insert, it's okay. I see just a little bit of discoloration, maybe a couple spots here and there. And the back cover does have a little bit of the foxing, a little bit of the humidity wear. Front cover looks really nice. If there's anything on it, you probably really can't see it, but nothing on the Obi either. So, Stones and the Beatles up for bid. How about it? Okay, back up to the top. Ian wants the Diodato. That's sold to Ian, Diodato. Rolling Stones 45, Rolling Stones 50, Beatles 45, Beatles 55, Beatles 55, Rolling Stones 55. Stones versus the Beatles. Who's going to bring more? We're about to find out. Firefall, Luna C, $9.99. Walter Egan, Not Shy, $9.99. Ella Fitzgerald, the Johnny Mercer Songbook. Ella Fitzgerald is $19.99. Price on the Doobies. Marty Ellis, the Doobies, is $14.99. Best of the Doobies, Volume 2, Marty Ellis. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Imperial Bedroom. That's $24.99 for Elvis Costello. Focus, Moving Waves. Focus is $19.99. Moving Waves. The Firesign Theater, I think we're all bozos on this bus, $14.99. Stephen Forbert, Streets of This Town, $19.99. Rolling Stones is at $65, and the Beatles is at $55. Preston's at $55 on the Beatles. Jim Nielsen, you came in second, so Preston has that at $55, and Preston also has the Rolling Stones for $65. Marty Ellis said he'd give $10 for the Doobie. Sell that to Marty Ellis. Jim Nielsen wants Walter Egan. That's sold to Jim Nielsen. Carol's out on the Stones. Preston has that for $65. Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together, $19.99 on Brian Ferry. Jim Nielsen's in on the Beatles at $60. So Beatles $60, Rolling Stones $65. Loudon Wainwright III T-shirt, $12.99 in shrink wrap. The Royal Guardsman, the return of the Red Baron. Very nice looking copy, $19.99. The Beatles is now at $62. The Best of the Guess Who Volume 2, $19.99. Gatefold Orange RCA label. Todd Rundgren, this is a great 2LP live album. Hello, It's Me. That's near mint. Gatefold, $29.99. The Poppy Family, Which Way You Goin' Billy, $19.99. Has a red promo stamp on the back, $19.99. Sell Darren Wortman, The Guess Who for $14.99. Sell that to Darren for $14.99. Roxy Music Manifesto, $19.99. Air Supply, Now and Forever, $9.99. Here's Larry Williams, $29.99. This is a later reissue on Specialty in shrink wrap, $29.99. Tim Tolbert wants the Todd Rundgren. That's sold to Tim. The Beatles is now at $65, and that's where the Stones is at. Final call, though, on the Stones. I think everybody's done bidding. That's $65, and the Beatles, Jim Nielsen is in at $65. A retrospective, Linda Ronstadt. This is all of her greatest songs, solo and with the Stone Ponies, the first band she was in. Purple Capitol labels, Gatefold 2LP, that's $19.99. The Firesign Theater is $14.99. Ultravox, Rage in Eden, $24.99. Jim's out, or Preston's out on the Beatles. Are they going to tie? It looks like they're going to. $65, going once, going twice. Here's one, I can't believe it didn't sell. It's a super nice copy of Van Halen 2. Original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. That is $44.99. Here's another one, ZZ Top. These usually always get gone. Near Mint Eliminator, $34.99. Legs, Give Me All Your Lovin', Got Me Under Pressure, Sharp Dressed Man. Final call on both of those for $65. Here's another one, Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, $29.99. Jim Nielsen, First on Van Halen. That's sold to Jim Nielsen. We have Journey Captured. That is $39.99. Journey Captured. The Rolling Stones, their Satanic Majesty's Request. Wow, can't believe no one got this either. $34.99. It's a later pressing. Of course, the most desirable is the lenticular cover in mono. Very tough to find. Preston Denny ZZ Top was $34.99. Robert Palmer Riptide is $19.99. We have Jackson Browne Hold Out, $14.99. And Quarter Flash, $19.99. Let's go ahead and sell the Beatles. $65 to Jim Nielsen. Rubber Soul. The Rolling Stones, $65. Sold to Preston Denny. Those are both sold and sold. We have a few offers. We have Ultravox for $15, Brian Ferry for $15, Roxy Music for $15, and Marty Ellis offered $14.99 for Robert Palmer. All right, let me see what I can do on those. Ultravox is right here. Terry, Ultravox would be $20. Ultravox would be $20. And Roxy Music, I will do $15 on that. And Brian Ferry, I'll do $15 on that one. So basically, I'll do your $15 and $15 if you'll give $20 for Ultravox, Mr. Terry Westwood. So that'd be $15, $15, and $20 on those. Marty Ellis offered $14.99 for Robert Palmer Riptide. I'm going to go ahead and sell that to, I think that's in here, right? RP. Let me see here. Quarter Flash, Jackson Browne. Yeah, Riptide. That's sold to Marty Ellis for $14.99. Preston Denny, $30 on ZZ Top. That's also sold $30. Preston Denny. Let me see what I've got over here. We just added a couple more to the Japanese bin. I've got another Beatles album, and I've got a, goodness gracious, a Judas Priest. Japanese pressing. Here's going to be two heavy hitters. Judas is in shrink wrap. Oh my gosh. The White Album looks nice too. The White Album is going to be a $75 start. This is near mint and pristine. Japanese pressing of the White Album, $75 start. That is near mint and pristine. 2 LP, the White Album. This also includes the 4 photos of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Richard Starkey. You may know him as Ringo. And it has the full fold-out cover with all the lyrics on the back. So the lyrics are on the back of the poster, if you didn't know that. And, of course, all kinds of images and pictures of the Beatles. There's a young John Lennon. There's a current image of John Lennon around the album when the album was recorded. So the cover, embossed Beatles. It is serial numbered. It's a UK flag series, number 10. Gatefold, not bad. Glossy cover. I mean, you can see just a little bit of spots here and there, but overall nice. You get near mint vinyl, poster, photos. Jim Nielsen's in at $75. Now, the other one, this one looks really nice. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. This is also a $75 start. The vinyl looks unplayed. It's near mint and pristine. Has the Japanese insert with it. No spots or damage or anything on this one. Completely new and crisp and clean. And the cover is in shrink wrap with the obi. So the obi's underneath the shrink wrap. Perfectly preserved cover. Judas Priest is a $75 start. Jim Nielsen's in on the White Album, not Abbey Road. The White Album, $75. Okay, a couple more left in here. Nicolette Larson is $9.99, Radioland, and Hot Chocolate's Greatest Hits. Which is weird because it don't... Oh, yeah, it does. You Sexy Thing. It does have You Sexy Thing on it. That's probably their biggest hits. That's $19.99. And Stephen Stills' Manassas, Down the Road, $19.99. The Ella Fitzgerald was Ella Sings the Johnny Mercer Songbook, and that was $19.99. Final call on this bin. That was the very first bin we went through. It definitely got thinned out. The first time I was like, man, this crate was cursed. And there's still some great titles in here. I'm going to remind you of those one more time. Ella Fitzgerald, Stephen Stills, Hot Chocolate, Nicolette Larson, Quarter Flash, Jackson Browne. The Rolling Stones was $34.99. Journey is still available. So is Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. Then we had the Fire Sign Theater, Linda Ronstadt. Usually somebody grabs that because it's all of her best work. Larry Williams, Air Supply, Poppy Family, Royal Guardsman, Stephen Forbert, Fire Sign Focus, Costello, Firefall Diamonds, Cool in the Gang. That's got Jungle Boogie on it. Kansas is still available. And, of course, the Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd album I put in here. What in the world? Queen Jazz. Let me move those to the front. Emerson Lake and Embalmer and Jeff Beck. Did somebody make an offer on that earlier? Or did I maybe miss something? All right, Final Call on the White Album, $75. Final Call on the White Album. The Poppy Family. I have Poppy, Jim Nelson. I'll sell that to you for $14.99. Very nice vinyl. Blue London stereo label. I'll sell that to you for $14.99. Now, if you missed it, early in the show, we also did some new vinyl on sale. I'm going to remind you of those one more time. There's a crate there. Is there another crate of vintage after that one? Yeah, we got Wayne's crate. That was the first crate. Let me show you the new vinyl that's on sale that's left over. There's still some stuff in here that we had multiple copies of that's still available. Let's see here. Jim Nelson, I said $14.99 on Poppy. Thomas Bowman, I'll do $24.99 on Michael Jackson. Jeff Beck was $19.99. And Mark Cunningham, new bid on the Beatles, $76. So Jim Nelson, you're out. New country vinyl. Let's see. The only thing I have is Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan, Shania, Joe D. Messina, L. King, Charlie Crockett, Chris Stapleton, Dixie Chicks, Luke Combs, Eric Church, Whiskey Myers, Chris Christopherson, Sturgill Simpson, Loretta Lynn Icon, and some more Whiskey Myers. Alan Jackson's greatest hits. That's everything I have that's new and sealed that's actually in our country section. There may be some more stuff around here, but that's all I'm aware of right now. Okay, so Jim Nelson passed on the Poppy Family for $14.99, but let's pull Michael Jackson for Thomas Bowman and Jeff Beck also for $15.99. Let me pull those two. Where are those? They were in this crate right here. That's Michael Jackson. Thomas Bowman, $24.99, and Nick Bargeron on Jeff Beck for $15.99. So that's Thomas Bowman's $24.99, Nick Bargeron, $15.99. So this is all new vinyl that's on sale. Billy Talent, it was $56.99. Now it's $29.99. Music on vinyl, Billy Talent Hits, 2 LP with 4-page booklet, $29.99. Sly's Stone Flower, $69-$70. I'm Just Like You, Pink and Purple, 2 LP, half off at $29.99. The Beatles is now at $78 with Mark Cunningham. Jim Nelson, you're out. Final Call if you want to get Judas Priest for $75 as a bid. If not, I'm going to make it a buy it now in just a moment because they're still bidding on the Beatles. The Monkees is just $19.99. This has Pleasant Valley Sunday on it. It's on green vinyl, translucent green vinyl. That's a Rhino Star Your Ear Off Right. On sale for $19.99. Also $19.99 is the classic Neil Young After the Gold Rush, $19.99, featuring Only Love Can Break Your Heart, Southern Man. That is $19.99. Jim Nelson back in on the Beatles at $80. $24.99 for Love. Great stuff here. Love, self-titled. It's a music on vinyl pressing. That was $38.99. That's now $24.99. Nigel Del Rocket wants the Monkees. Terry Westwood wants the Neil Young. Love is $24.99. That's $14 off music on vinyl pressing. Black Oak, Arkansas is $15 off. 2 LP green marble double vinyl. That's called the Wild Bunch. Black Oak, Arkansas, $24.99 on that. Also $24.99 is a limited and numbered from Music on Vinyl, Anouk, Hotel New York, limited to 500 on magenta colored vinyl, $24.99 on that. Another Neil Young, this one's just $24.99. Tonight's the Night, $24.99 on that. I have 2 copies of that left. And the Hardline, introducing the Hardline according to Terrence Trent D'Arby, now known as Sandra Matria, maybe, $24.99. Mark's out on the Beatles. Let's go ahead and sell that to Jim Nelson for $80. If anybody wants Judas Priest, it's a $75 buy it now. Defenders of the Faith. That is a perfect copy in shrink wrap with Obi, mint vinyl, inner sleeve insert, $75 buy it now on Judas Priest. I'm putting that over here with Rainbow. Only 2 things that have not got bids. Venom. This is $24.99. Venom, music on vinyl, limited to 1,500. Those are $24.99. A couple audiophile records. We had The Young Rascals, Groovin' from MoFi. This also has a bonus track on it. They also put Beautiful Morning on here. That wasn't on the original release. That's numbered. It is in mono, 2 LP, 45 RPM. That's marked down to $49.99. And then $20 off Willie Nelson. And then I wrote, that's cut from the original Analog Masters, 45 RPM, $49.99. The last two, the Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag, gold vinyl, $19.99. And Steve Earle and the Dukes, Jerry Jeff, $19.99. That's on clear vinyl. We had 2 full crates of new vinyl on sale. That's all that's left right there. Now, Terry made an offer on an Edwin Starr album. Let me see if I can find that, Terry, because I will need to find that to figure out. I'll have to find that crate so I can show it to you. But wherever that crate is, that tells me I probably need to go back through it. And it looks like I have found it. This is what's left of Wayne's crate. Let me condense Wayne's crate. Let me put a sticky to divide them. And I think this is some stuff here that didn't sell earlier. Let me combine Wayne's crate with this other crate. And I think this is one of the last crates of vintage there is to recap. I mean, the last one we literally just got done going through. I'm going to set that crate in Tanner's chair. And let's go through this one. So we do have some Wayne Titsworth stuff. I'll go through this one more time. Buy it now, best offer. Just a few left. We had a whole crate. And let's see. Let's see here. The Queen album is the Queen album is still available. Nick wants Led Zeppelin 3. There is no Led Zeppelin 3 left tonight. I got new copies of it, but all the OGs have been claimed. The reels. Yes, we got cassettes, reel-to-reels, and CDs from Wayne's collection as well, as well as collectibles and other stuff. All right, the Japanese bin. I've got Madonna and I got Bruce Springsteen. Couple 80s classics here. Born in the USA and True Blue. These are going to be $35 starts. These are near mint and pristine. The Queen Jazz album is $34.99. $35 start on Born in the USA. It's in shrink wrap with Obi. Born in the USA in shrink wrap with Obi. Very nice. It does have a Japanese insert with it, 2-page flip. Another Japanese insert, so 2 inserts. One's like more so Japanese, one so like in English. And the vinyl is near mint and pristine. Glory Days, Dancing in the Dark. Very nice cover as well. No foxing or discoloration on this one. That is a near mint copy. $35 start on The Boss. And we have Madonna. This is True Blue. That's a $35 start. Madonna True Blue. That is near mint and pristine. Madonna True Blue. When are you going to get the... Well, I guess what I need to do... Well, I already have some in the back. We got a copy of Whipped Cream and Other Delights on reel-to-reel that we keep kind of on display in the back. We find little neat stuff and we lay them all over the shelves in the back. Eventually, we take them down and price them, but we got a bunch of reel-to-reels I can get together one night, and I'll definitely make some kind of post, like tonight we're doing cassettes, or tonight I'm doing some of this or some of that, so y'all know when to watch. John and Jim. We need to write down those names, Tanner. John Stotts and Jim Nielsen, please. They're interested in reel-to-reels. I'll be sure to tag y'all or let y'all know. That's very a niche thing. I try to make sure to let whoever's interested know when we're showing those. $35 starts on these. This first batch up until this sticky note is from Wayne's collection. You can claim them or make best offer. The Stampeders Sweet City Woman. That's in shrink wrap, $24.99, Sweet City Woman. We have Blue Oyster Cult. How did nobody buy this? Don't Fear the Reaper, $24.99. Scott Smith is also interested. Write down his name. And I know he's probably not watching right now, but Daniel Cody, he plays the heck out of those things. He has like a really high-end reel-to-reel player. We've got several reel-to-reel players here. I'm looking at one right now. I walked over here to buy a bottle of water. Get a bottle of water. I guess I need to buy it. But I'm looking at a TIAC. Right now, I'm looking at a TIAC A-4300 SX. It's automatic reverse. I've had it on eBay for a while. It's for like $600. I really don't want to ship it, but it does work. But we know how electronics are. I could ship that to y'all, and by the time it gets to you, it's probably not going to be working.
9 times out of 10, when we ship vintage electronics, by the time they get to you, they are not working anymore. That's just how vintage electronics are. So I tell people we don't really ship stuff like that. But Wayne had 2 reel-to-reels in his collection. He had a Sony and he had a TIAC as well. I'm sure if y'all seen the pictures of those, if you've seen the pictures I just posted of his room, you'll see he had all media formats in his collection. John Leal's at 35 on Madonna. Calvin's also interested in reel-to-reel. Ryan Rice wants BOC. We got Stan Peters. Back to the crate. Coven is sealed with Hop Sticker, 110 Soldier, the theme from Billy Jack. That is sealed from 1971. Does have a small saw mark. That's $74.99. Final call on Madonna. And final call if you want to get a bid in on Bruce Springsteen. Johnny Cash, All Aboard the Blue Train. We had one earlier. This is another original Memphis Sun. This is like late 50s, early 60s here. This is early. Has songs usually, he had a lot of train songs. Folsom Prison Blues, Hey Porter, There You Go, Blue Train. That's VG Plus $24.99. We have the Beatles, 62 to 66. These usually always get grabbed. Of course, y'all know we always have plenty of Japanese pressings, but this is a U.S. pressing with the blue labels, $39.99 on the Beatles. That's a capital pressing. Caroline's in on the Madonna at 37. John Leal, you're out. 25 Miles, Edwin Starr, VG copy, $19.99. 25 Miles, Edwin Starr. I feel like somebody just asked about that one. Flashes, The Eel Wind, that's $129.99. $129.99. $129.99. That's called Flashes, The Eel Wind. The B-52s, Mesopotamia, VG Plus $24.99. Frank Zappa, Zoo Allures, a 1976 German pressing in shrink wrap, $49.99. 76 German pressing. We have Madonna at 38, and Terry said he wants the Edwin Starr for 15. Sell that to Terry for 15. We have Sly on the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. VG Plus, $34.99. 71 Terre Haute, VG Plus, $34.99. The Grey Society with Grace Slick. This is called Conspicuous Only in Its Absence, $29.99. Columbia 2i, Grace Slick, $29.99. The Mothers of Invention, Weasels Ripped My Flesh, $89.99. 1970 white label promo. And Rush 2112, $39.99. Rush 2112, $39.99. 1983 press of that. Talking Heads is VG, $24.99. That's more songs about buildings and food. Caroline, let me know if you're in or out on Madonna. Never mind, she answered my question. She bid 41. So that was all Wayne stuff. Here's what's left from another crate. Renaissance Azure Dior. That was $9.99. We also have Bruce Springsteen, E Street Shuffle, $19.99. Prince, Around the World in a Day. It does have the original sticker on it. Surprised that didn't sell, $24.99. I'll go ahead and make Bruce a buy it now. $5 buy it now. Bruce Springsteen, if anybody wants that, while they're still bidding on Madonna, $35 buy it now on Bruce. Feel like somebody might be on standby for that one. Nice copy. It's perfect in shrink wrap with inserts, and Terry was on standby. Sell that to Terry Westwood. REO Speedwagon Live, that's $34.99. Caroline Bell said 20 on Talking Heads. We had 24 on that. Sell that to Caroline Bell. Really surprised no one's made an offer on Rush or maybe just even bought it. That's sold to Caroline for 20. Caroline, you're also out on Madonna. John Leal has that for 42. Simple Minds, Once Upon a Time, $34.99. Yes, these are all buy it nows. This is the second time going through these, so these are all buy it nows or make a very fair offer. Buy it now or what I like to call very fair offers. Dave Mason and Cass, 35 on Bruce to Terry. Dave Mason and Cass Elliott, $14.99. We have the Southern Hillman for Ray-Ban. That is sealed from 1974, $19.99. We have Men Without Hats, Rhythm of Youth, $34.99. And Johnny Rivers Golden Hits, $14.99. Johnny Cash, that was called All Aboard the Blue Train. That was VG Plus, $24.99. Jim Nelson, the B-52s, I will do $20 on the B-52s if you're interested in that. Jim Nelson. Madonna's at $48. The Best of Spirit, $19.99 on the Best of Spirit. We have the Tony Bennett collection, $14.99 on the Tony Bennett collection. And another Talking Heads, this one's near mint, Little Creatures, original inner sleeve, $44.99. $44.99. Carol offered $20 for Johnny Cash. Sell that to Carol for $20. We're going to sell Jim Nielsen Mesopotamia for $20. And Sherry Darnell offered $25 for Grace Slick and the Great Society. Sell that to Sherry Darnell for $25. Those are sold, 20, 20, and 25. Carol, Jim, and Sherry. Madonna is at 48 with John Lill. Talking Heads, near mint with original inner sleeve. Elvis. This is a 68 press. Like I said, this album originally came out in 1956, but Orange RCA Epic from 68. And of course, this is his debut classic self-titled album. You've seen a lot of people mock, or not really mock, but do the cover like the Clash in their own style with that pink and green lettering. $34.99. Preston offered $15 for the sealed Souther Hillman. We'll sell that to Preston for $15. Brent offered $20 for Sly. I don't think is there a Sly? This one maybe? This one here, best price on that would be $30. VG Plus 71 Terre Haute, that would be $30. Caroline, let me know if you're in or out on Madonna, because John Lill has that at 48. If you say out, I'm automatically going to never mind Caroline. About the time I say that, Caroline's bid comes in. Caroline's at 50 on Madonna. Best of Bee Gees, that's a French pressing, $24.99. Best of Bee Gees. Madonna, Borderline, that's $26.99. Borderline and Lucky Star, new mix. And we have Time of the Zombies. Now, what happened here, that had promotional stickers on it, like timing strips, I call them. And somebody tried to peel them off. Other than that, the vinyl is near mint. That's a 2LP Zombies compilation, $24.99. 50 on Madonna, now 51. 28 on Sly. I'll go ahead and sell that to you for $28. Sell that to Brent Rabley for $28. Stan Getz with guest artist Lorindo Almeida. That is $29.99. 63 mono. Is Borderline a single? Yes, this is Borderline, and the B-side was Lucky Star, $26.99. Caroline's at 52 on Madonna. Yeah, someone tried to peel off the promo stickers. I've seen that a lot. People would end up with promo copies of stuff, and it would say not for sale, property of whatever CBS Records, and people would peel that off, and I'm like, I guess they thought they had something they wasn't supposed to, but I see a lot of people do that. Probably happened back in the day. Didn't happen recently. Pacific Gas and Electric, Get It On, Blues. Surprised no one made an offer on that. That's something we don't see too often. Pacific Gas and Electric, Get It On, Blues, in shrink wrap, $34.99. Jim Nielsen, I will sell you Madonna for $21. Madonna's at 52 with Caroline Bell. John Lill, Caroline's at 52. The Young Rascals Groovin' is a 67. 67 Terre Haute, $29.99. Scott Smith gets the Pacific Gas and Electric. Finally, I was like, man, that's just something we don't see too often. It's in shrink wrap too. That's sold to Scott Smith. Mono's worth more than stereo press in 50s and 60s. Typically, yes, but it just depends on what it is. But mostly, for the most part, monos are worth more, I'd say, on the majority of most cases, but it really just depends. Some stereo pressings are more desirable than monos, but it really just depends. It's a case-by-case, record-by-record instance. Willie Nelson Stardust is $14.99. Elvis King Creole, that's in shrink wrap, $24.99. That's in shrink wrap, $24.99. And this is a 71 press. Speaking of stereo and mono, so what happened is a lot of artists only recorded in mono, like the Rolling Stones. And if you ever see an early Rolling Stones record that says stereo, that's like fake stereo. That's not real stereo sound. Actually, some of those stereo records of the Rolling Stones from the early or early 60s sound pretty crappy if you see them in stereo. That's why the mono pressings, even in low grade, are pretty desirable. Same story for Elvis. This says stereo effect reprocessed from monophonic. That means that is fake stereo. It's not actually in stereo. That was recorded in mono, and I think somebody said earlier, fake stereo. That's what happens with those. So it's kind of if you're really interested in getting the best quality record, a lot of these from the 60s, you got to look them up on Discogs, look up reviews. It's very complex. So We have Allman Brothers, Win, Lose, or Draw, $19.99, and the Fabulous Johnny Cash. That's a 70s press, $26.99. That's in shrink wrap. That's a 70s label. This album originally came out in the late 50s. This is a 70s press, $26.99 in shrink wrap, near mint. And the Power Station is $9.99. That's called Communication and Murderous. Murderous. That's a 12-inch single, $9.99. Okay, so Madonna was at 55. And let's see, Ian wants Willie Nelson. That was Stardust. That sold to Ian. Chad Holder said he'd give 20 for the Prince album. Chad, I'll go ahead and sell that to you for 20. Condition of 3 Ill Wind Flashes. Now where? Oh, that's this back here. Yes, the obscure psych record. This is. We don't have any condition notes on it. I don't want to call it near mint. It's more so. We grade this as an EX, which for us is somewhere between VG plus to near mint minus. So somewhere between VG plus to near mint minus. It's actually a very clean looking record for what it is. Just has a couple of scuffs. There's one there and one there. And the cover is about VG. The cover is about VG on that one. Maybe VG minus. And that's $129.99. That's Flashes the Ill Wind. $129.99. John Lill's out on Madonna, so Final Call. Caroline has that for 55. And Jimmy Clark, 15 on the Zombies. And I will have to have $20 for that, Jimmy Clark. Jimmy, let me know if you want that for 20. Okay. That was a great recap, Ben. Zombies, The Ill Wind, Power Station. Let me put that back here with Wayne stuff. Zombie, Power Station, Johnny Cash, Allman Brothers, Elvis, The Young Rascals, Stan Getz, The Bee Gees, Elvis, Talking Heads, Tony Bennett, Spirit, Johnny Rivers, Men Without Hats, Dave Mason, Simple Minds, REO Speedwagon, Bruce Springsteen, and Renaissance. Let's go ahead and sell Madonna. That is sold to Caroline Bell for $55. Anybody else? We can almost do a little bit of condensing there. That was the first couple of records showed. And that, can I have a blank sticky note? I'm going to separate these. I got it right here. I just need to tag these. Separate the Wayne records when I do some condensing here. Trying to keep all those together. I think probably I can fill up about a half crate. Most of it is sold, but I'll be able to fill up about a half crate. I know where the rest of it is that didn't sell earlier. Going to try to keep all that together and probably post it in the group for those that don't get to watch the live sales. Some people's already said I like to buy just something out of his collection. I said, we can do that. I'll let you know what's left for people that don't get to watch the live feeds a lot. And REO Speedwagon was a 2LP live, $34.99. All right, I don't want to go back through that very last crate from tonight because that's been recently gone through. I feel like if you've been on recently watching tonight, you've probably already seen a lot of that stuff. Let me grab a crate. Let me grab a crate that's up here and let's just go through some stuff and make it buy it now best offer. I see a really good crate right here. Let's go through this one. Maybe one of the last crates we go through tonight. I hope not, but if y'all stick on and start buying, I'll keep going. We're definitely not going to stop and come back now. It's already 10:30, and I really don't have a lot for part two unless we just do this right here. So let's try to go through maybe two more crates. I saw like 3 titles in here right off the bat that I don't think I've ever said buy it now best offer. I think I stayed pretty firm that first night. I've had them up here where people can flip through them in the store, but there's some great titles in here. Let me go ahead and introduce a couple more Japanese auctions too. I got another really good Stones comp, Through the Past Darkly, and I have a later 38 special album that we don't get as often. And the US copies, because of the way the cover is bent or the way the cover is cut, it's usually dinged, and that's called 38 Special Strength in Numbers. See how this cover's got all these die cut? I guess that kind of looks like a gun barrel for a 38 Special, I guess. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. There's that. This is a 2-page flip. It does have a little bit of discoloration on it, but for the most part, that's very nice. This is a $35 star. Very nice cover. Strength in Numbers. Vinyl is near mint and pristine, and it has the insert. 38 Specials, a $35 star. And we got another really nice Stones comp. This is a $55 start, just like the other one, $55 start. Through the Past Darkly, Big Hits Volume 2. Big Hits Volume 2, which is a great track listing on here. Street Fighting Man, She's a Rainbow, Ruby Tuesday, Dandelion, Sitting on a Fence, Honky Tonk, Woman, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Mother's Little Helper, 2,000 Light Years from Home. That's a good one if you don't know that one. Let's Spend the Night Together, You Better Move On, and We Love You. That's also a $55 start. Really cool Obi with that one. Of course, the original's a die cut. I don't think they ever did that in Japan. They made it a full like cover. Gatefold, and it has a booklet with it. And it has a lyric booklet with it. Full page lyric book. That is a $55 start on that. All right, let's see what's in this crate. Buy it now, best offer. We have the very best of the oldies, $9.99. Very best of the oldies. I'm going to make these buy it now, best offer. I have an OG of that cover. Yeah, these, we got a stack of these in the back. That's why I always mention this. This record is normally trashed. I don't know why. People wore it the heck out. They played it a lot at parties, I guess. This record is usually junk. I mean, there's no telling how many we've sold in dollar bins. That's a nice, pristine Japanese pressing. Original golden instrumental hits. She looks very mod 60-ish. That's from Warner Brothers, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. Very best of oldies. Golden original instrumental hits. Original Goldies Volume 3. That's in shrink wrap, $12.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Golden Souvenirs. That is $12.99. Golden Souvenirs. Gene Pitney, Jay and the Americans. That's artist on United Artist. We have Tim Hardin 4. Tim Hardin 4 is $34.99. Leslie West from Mountain. The name of the album is Mountain. $24.99. Leslie West. The Sandpipers Greatest Hits. The Sandpipers Greatest Hits. $9.99. The Doors Waiting for the Sun. $32.99. Marine wrote her name on the cover. That is available. These are all buy it now, best offer. The Doors $32.99. David Bowie $99.99. $100. It's a 1984 UK unofficial live David Bowie. This is live 1983 at the Rosemont Horizon. That is a 3LP. Doors label. Best of my memory, it's a Butterfly Electra. Butterfly Electra. Butterfly Electra. Celebration of the Lizard. $32.99. Waiting for the Sun. David Bowie. A Dark Side of the Moon. If you missed one earlier, this is a 1975 press. I told y'all there's some great titles in here. 75 press, $59.99. No condition notes on the vinyl. It truly is really, really nice. The other one was check condition. This is a nice copy. It is a 1975. Very nice, though, which that album came out in 73. That's a 75 press. $59.99 on the Soft Parade. $34.99 on the Doors Soft Parade. This doesn't look like a recap bin. It looks like a new arrivals bin. This is also a Butterfly Electra label. The vinyl on that is pristine, gatefold, $34.99. The Eagles Live, wow. 2LP, trunk cover, $39.99. It has both original inner sleeves and the poster. $39.99, both inner sleeves and poster. I'm starting to get dizzy. Rush, Fly By Night, 1981, Keel Press, $64.99. Rush, Fly By Night. These are just casually just laying around. $64.99. Rush, Fly By Night. David Tate wants the Eagles. That's so did David Tate. 35 on 38 special, 55 on the Stones. Final call before I make them buy it nows. The Eagles self-titled. Their debut, $34.99. The Eagles, $34.99. The Everly Brothers, EB84, has the hype sticker on it. That is $19.99. Gold stamp promo. Elton John, live in Australia with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, 2LP, live Elton John, $39.99. Buddy Holly, the Nashville Sessions, $24.99 for Buddy Holly, the Nashville Sessions, $24.99. Peter Gabriel, there's a bunch of these, and if I put all these together, we got about 7 copies of them. Peter Gabriel, it's an original on Atco, the Rain on the Car album, $34.99. Salisbury Hill. What a great song. The Rolling Stones, You Better Move On, Poison Ivy, Bye Bye Johnny, and Money. That's a 5-track 1982 UK, $34.99. Let's sell Jim Nielsen, the Elton John, for $35. That's sold to Jim Nielsen for $35. Another Talking Heads. We had one in the last crate too. Little Creatures. We got 2 of these left over now. This one's also near mint in the original sleeve from the Wisconsin collection. $44.99. Inya. Germoko Hal Sellaway. I think I completely butchered that. But Inya is $14.99. What's this actually called? Orenco Flow Sellaway. I think I said Germico. I was way off. $14.99. Inya. Oh, he offered 33, not 35. He didn't even say anything. Marty or Jim, I was thinking more so 35. That's what my brain was trying to think. Let me know if you're good with 35. VG Plus $14.99 for Paul Simon. There goes a Ryman Simon. VG Plus $14.99. John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did. John Cougar's a VG Plus $14.99. The Tremolos, Here Comes My Baby. VG vinyl. VG $9.99. VG $9.99. The Tremolos. The Cars, a Nautilus Super Disc. The Cars is EX $99.99. EX $99.99 on the Cars. The Cars. Wow, some great records in here. The Animals on Tour. VG copy, $9.99. The Animals on Tour. VG, $9.99. The Moody Blues, Go Now. VG Plus, $14.99. The Moody Blues Go Now. VG Plus, $14.99. Profile, The Best of Emmylou Harris. EX, $12.99. The Miracles, Doing Mickey's Monkey. The Miracles is a 1963 mono VG copy, $49.99. The Miracles, Doing Mickey's Mummy. Jimmy Clark, did you see my Zombies sold 20? I think I didn't see that. Let me pull that. So $20 on the Zombies, and that is sold to Jimmy Clark. I never did pull that. That's sold to Jimmy Clark for 20. Bang Bang, Your Terry Reid. VG Plus, $29.99. That's a 68 Pittman press. VG Plus, $29.99. We got 3 Doors records in this crate. Here's Strange Days, EX $32.99. Surely. Usually Strange Days is never left behind. For some reason, this one's always like, I need a copy of Strange Days, Chad. And there's the Butterfly Electra label. So far, none of these have been original labels. They're very clean copies, though. EX $32.99 on that one. Black Oak, Arkansas, VG copy, $9.99. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. Always a tough cover to find. This one's about VG, and the vinyl's VG as well. That's a VG $12.99 on George Harrison. We have Fairport Convention, Full House. Fairport Convention's VG Plus $19.99. Todd Tipton wants the Black Oak, Arkansas. I'm going to go ahead and make these buy it now. 38 special is a $35 buy it now. Strength in Numbers, $35 buy it now for 38 special Strength in Numbers. Surprised no one bid on that. And the Rolling Stones is a $55 buy it now. Somebody needs to be all over that. That's Through the Past Darkly, Big Hits Volume 2. $55 buy it now on that. Jim Nelson takes the George Harrison. Does anybody want to make a offer on Judas Priest? I was wanting a $75 start on it. It's a perfect copy in shrink wrap. And then Rainbow was a $35 buy it now, straight between the eyes. Jim Nielsen is first on the George Harrison. That is sold to Jim Nielsen. And then Caroline Bell wants the Doors Strange Days. Best price on Stones Now. Stones Now, I will do $30 on that. $30 on that, Carol Puckett. $30. We have Peter Frampton, I'm In You. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Gary U.S. Bonds, Twistin' Up Calypso. That's a VG copy, $14.99. And the New Searchers LP, Chris, John, Mike, and Frank, EX $17.99. New Searchers LP. Sly and the Family Stone, Fresh, EX $29.99. 73 Terre Haute, EX $29.99. Sly and the Family Stone. That's EX $29.99. Neil says Terry Reid, best price. Terry Reid, best price, bang, bang. I'll do $25 on that, Neil. And what else was asked about? The Rolling Stones. Let me pull that for Carol. 25. No 25. I'll do 30 on that and 25 on Terry Reid. These are new arrivals. When did I price these? May 30th. This is like last week. These are brand new practically. We have a Warner Brothers compilation, EX 1999 Schlagers. That's a Warner Brothers compilation, EX 1999, or a Warner Brothers sampler, I guess I should say. Best on the Miracles, doing Mickey's Monkey. I will do $42 on that. That's a VG copy, 63 mono. I went to Jesus Priest Tour, ticks and shirt for less than $75. But after inflation, you probably spent like $200. So the vinyl is still not bad at $75. We have Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors, in shrink wrap with hop sticker, EX $17.99. We have Todd Tipton, Leslie West, $20. Leslie West, $20, and Peter Gabriel, $30. Sell Arm Lozelle, Peter Gabriel for $30. We're going to sell Todd Tipton, Leslie West for $20. Carol Passes on the Stones for, I think I said 30 on that, so Carol Passes on that. Terry Reid was 25 if Neil Brasher wants that, and I told Brent 42 on that. We have Squeeze, East Side Story, EX 1999. Squeeze, East Side Story, EX 1999. Wow, you still have the shirt? Well, if it's in good condition, you probably can sell it for a couple $100 if it's in really good condition. Michael Church on Savoy Brown. Rock and Roll Warriors, sell that to Michael Church for $15. And I think the writing on the back, Brent, is actually, was that radio station? No, my bad. I thought that was, it's unfortunate. The whole front cover is in shrink wrap and the back is in half shrink wrap. Someone peeled it off to write their initials. Last night, at first I thought that was a radio station, W something something, but it's not. There is initials. This album and Near Mint is a very tough album to find a true mint copy. That's a tough one to find. The Miracles, doing Mickey's Monkey. We have Randy Newman Live. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Moving with Nancy. Nancy Sinatra is a VG Plus, $14.99. Original tricolor Steamboat label. Michael Church got Savoy Brown for $15. Jim Hicks and you were second. And Neil says he'll take the Terry Reid for $25. That's sold to Neil for $25. Jim Nielsen wants Nancy Sinatra. That's sold to Jim Nielsen. Otis Redding, Live in Europe. That's a VG copy, $19.99. He's doing Respect and Satisfaction. And that's VG, $19.99. Deep Purple, made in Japan. That's a 73 UK pressing, EX, $37.99. And Deep Purple again. When we rock, we rock. And when we roll, we roll. That's a VG Plus, $16.99. Here's a surprise from the first time I ever showed it. Patsy Cline, an original on Decca, with the hop sticker featuring Heartaches. That's VG Plus, $19.99. That's an original on Decca, VG Plus, $19.99. Now, I'm going to read through these titles one more time because there's a bunch in here. Mind-blowing. I can't believe these didn't sell. Let's sell that to Jeff McMaster, Patsy Cline. Jim Nielsen was second. I can't believe no one got that the first time. There are some great titles left in here. Calvin Ward offered $15 for Otis. Sell that to Calvin Ward. Bert was third on Patsy. Nick Bargeron was fourth. That's what I thought. First time I showed that, I was like, is no one really buying this? Sold now, Jeff, Jim, Bert, and Nick. Here's what's left in this bin. We have sold about half of it, and there should be another half gone. You can make offers, you can ask prices, or you can just go ahead and buy them. The very best of the oldies, original golden instrumental hits, original Golden Greats Volume 3, golden souvenirs from United Artists, Tim Hardin 4, the Sandpipers' Greatest Hits, that's a David Bowie live unofficial, The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, gosh, The Doors, Soft Parade, Rush, Fly By Night, The Eagles, self-titled, The Everly Brothers, EB84, Buddy Holly, Nashville Sessions, Talking Heads, Enya, Paul Simon, John Cougar, The Tremolos, The Cars, Nautilus Super Disc, The Animals on Tour, The Moody Blues Go Now, Best of Emmylou Harris, Fairport Convention, Peter Frampton, Gary U.S. Bonds, The New Searchers LP, Sly and the Family Stone, Schlagers, The Rolling Stones. I told somebody I'd do 30 on that. I think that's the only thing I didn't do a deal on. Squeeze, The Miracles. I didn't do a deal on that one either, but that I said 42 on that one. Randy Newman Live. I got 2 Deep Purples if anybody wants a bundle. How much for the Eagles self-titled? $34.99, Caroline. $34.99 on the Eagles self-titled. Nick Baggeron asked my best price. Right now, $34.99. How much was the Buddy Holly? That was $24.99. That's called The Nashville Sessions includes the previously unreleased version of Rock Around with Olive V. MCA choral label. That is in mono. Caroline says she'll take the Eagles. Nick was second on that. Sherry Darnell says she'll take the Stones for 30. It is sold to you. That's sold to Sherry Darnell for 30. And anybody else? I guess nobody needs a copy of Fly By Night. I do have those new and sealed. If you don't want to spend, I guess, $65 on an 80s press, I've got brand new 2023 presses for $39.99. I've also got Ozzy's Greatest Hits, which is called Memoirs of a Madman. I've got Rush, Fly By Night, Exit Stage Left, Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures, Power Windows, All the World's a Stage, Self-Titled, Farewell to Kings, Caress of Steel, Rush 2112, Rush Hemispheres, and Rush Hold Your Fire. I've also got Iron Maiden, Live After Death, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, Killers, Fear of the Dark, Live After Death, Self-Titled, Prince 1999. I have Prince The Hits, Prince Self-Titled, Raven to the Joy, Prince Under the Covers, Elton John Self-Titled, Elton John Honky Chateau, and Tumbleweed Connection, Nirvana Incesticide, Nirvana In Utero, Nirvana Black Album, Nirvana Unplugged, Pearl Jam 10, Pearl Jam No Code, Pearl Jam Rearview Mirror, Pearl Jam Vitology, Pearl Jam Binaural, Pearl Jam Lightning Bolt, Judas Priest, Killing Machine, Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, Judas Priest Rock'n'Rolla, Judas Priest Live, Van Halen Self-Titled, Van Halen Fair Warning, Van Halen 2, Van Halen Women and Children First. I got a live Van Halen Unofficial, NXS Kick, U2 Boy, U2 Greatest Hits, U2 War, U2 Songs of Surrender, U2 Pop, U2 Octung Baby, U2 How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, U2 All That You Can't Leave Behind, U2 Unforgettable Fire. I got Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, Slayer, South of Heaven, Slayer, Divine Intervention, Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, Metallica, 71 Seasons, Days of the New, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, Leonard Skinner, Live at Nebworth, Leonard Skinner, Street Survivors, Leonard Skinner Collected, John Coltrane, A Love Supreme, Chet Baker, Mr. B, Ornette Coleman, Champion Jack Perry, Curtis Mayfield, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Funkadelic, Machiavelli, Ella Fitzgerald, Wu-Tang, Jackson 5, Puff Daddy, Eminem, Curtain Call 2, The Wallflowers, Lynch Mob, Billy Squier, Britney Spears, lots of Taylor Swift, more Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, Billie Eilish, more Taylor Swift, Outkast, Kanye West, Diana Ross, and DJ Jazzy Jeff. I just read off everything in 2 racks. Let me walk back over here and see what kind of questions we have. Any? Or did everybody fall asleep? Let's see here. We have Ann said she'll take the Buddy Holly. Sherry got the Stones. Jim Nelson was second on that. Grant wants Rush 2112. Grant, that is $36.99. Unless we had a copy earlier tonight, but the new one's at $36.99. Days of the New was $49.99. How much for Machiavelli? Do you have Katie Lied? No, I don't have a copy of that one, and that one hasn't come out. The newest Steely Dan reissue is, Machiavelli, a.k.a. Tupac, is called The Don Kill Illuminati. And when this was come out, this is $49.99. $49.99, parental advisory. This is called The 7-Day Theory. In no way is this a portrait, an expression, or disrespect for Jesus Christ. That's a quote from Machiavelli. Tupac, $49.99. I got 2 of those. James Bragg, and I think those are sold. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Chatty Andrew WK looking for. I do not have that. Patrick, Days of the New is $49.99. It sounds great, and it's a great album. If you don't have one of those already, I recommend it. Caroline wants a Machiavelli, and so does James Bragg. Those are sold and sold. Let me see what else I got over here in the rap and hip-hop section. Looks like Caroline may be interested in James Bragg. I did read off Outkast, Kanye. We got Outkast, AT Aliens, Kanye, and I guess that's really, we got some early hip-hop. So Outkast is $36.99 for AT Aliens, as in Atlanta. Took me forever to get that title down. AT Aliens. Kanye West is $36.99. That's called The College Dropout. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff with The Fresh Prince. That's $36.99. Kanye and Outkast. Let's see what we got over here. I've got Bush, 16 Stone, Oasis, Passion Pit, more Bush, Depeche Mode, Violator, Taylor Swift. Boy, we got a lot of Taylor Swifts all of a sudden. Actually, let me go through this crate. We'll go through this crate one more time of new vinyl. Final call on everything in that one. That was just a recap crate. A Tribe Called Quest. I don't have that. Do you have Iron Maiden Power Slave? That's the one with the Egyptian Sphinx on it, right? I think I should. What's this one right here? That's Fear of the Dark. We got to have that somewhere. Let me find that. Iron Maiden Power Slave. Let me change out crates. Tribe Called Quest. Ozzy's Greatest Hits is $44.99. $44.99. That's, let me see what this is right here. What is this one? Aha! Power Slave. That is $36.99. Iron Maiden Power Slave is $36.99. The Memoirs of a Madman is $44.99. Memoirs of a Madman. That's a 2LP Ozzy compilation. Let me pause my mic for a second while I drink some water. Thank you. Okay, this crate right here, I need to get it over here anyway. And there's new vinyl underneath it. That's pretty recent stuff too. Yeah, I hadn't gone through any of this in a while. Man, we got new vinyl over. I got to put a lot in alphabetical order over here so I can get to some more stuff. All right, who asked for, let me do all this in order. Craig Johnson, is that sold on Power Slave? I have a feeling it is. We'll sell that to Craig Johnson unless he says otherwise. Sean, I need to order some more Tribe Called Quest for sure. Matthew, Ozzy's Greatest Hits, $44.99. Darren, we have a waiting list for Pearl Jam Unplugged. Nick, I should have a few Cult albums in stock, which is, I should have a few. You'll have to let me know which one you're looking for. Louder Than Bombs, Modus Son. I don't have that. Let me read some titles in here, though. This is Slipknot, The Subliminal Verses, Volume 3, purple vinyl, $36.99. Last copy of Boingo Alive we have left. Triple album, blue, red, and purple. Limited to 1,031 tracks. That's $74.99. The Polar Express soundtrack, ice-colored vinyl. Go ahead and get that while you can. Usually those are available usually during Christmas, but there's no guarantees. Sometimes those things get gone by October. Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, $29.99. Music from Bad Reputation, a documentary about Joan Jett. And this is pretty much like a hits comp. It has stuff from Joan Jett and the Runaways on it. I have sold a bunch of those. They're $29.99. Here's another country compilation called Now That's What I Call Country Classics, 90s Dance Party, yellow and green vinyl, $42.99. I should have showed this to Preston earlier. This is got Shania Twain, Faith Hill, Brooks and Dunn, Travis Tritt, Tracy Byrd, Vince Gill, George Strait, Reba McEntire, Terry Clark, Patty Loveless, Martina McBride, Mary Jane Carpenter, Joe Diffie, Red Atkins, Little Texas, and Rednecks. That is $42.99. One copy left of the new Jelly Roll, Whitsitt Chapel. Jelly Roll is $29.99. I saw where he was on Joe Rogan the other day. Taylor Swift is $33.99. Taylor Swift, that's Midnights. Depeche Mode Violator is $28.99. Depeche Mode Violator. Bush 16 Stone is $33.99. Bush 16 Stone, $33.99. Passion Pit, Gossamer, $44.99. And Oasis, What's the Story? Morning Glory, $38.99 for Oasis. What's the Story? Morning Glory, $38.99. Well, I've officially made it to 11 o'clock. I don't have really much more to show you until tomorrow night, which tomorrow we're going to do this all again, which is new arrivals a little bit, but mostly on sale vintage, and we're going to have a bunch of it. On sale new arrivals. I think for the next couple hours tonight, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to empty out some bins, make some flip crates. Tomorrow night, you're going to see a lot of everything in here is $14.99, and it's going to be a lot of stuff that was normally $24.99 or maybe even $30. Great titles, and it's how we really thin out some good titles. Stuff we've got duplicates and duplicates of. We'll try to get some new people watching, and we'll have a lot of on-sale stuff. So thanks, everybody. It's 11 o'clock on the dot. Sometimes we're coming back to start part 2, but I've been on here for 4 hours. We've made a 4-hour live stream out of it tonight. So thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Time. All new stuff. Even if it's on sale, it's probably stuff you hadn't seen in a while. And then I guess that's it. We'll have plenty more Japanese auctions. We have a whole crate over here we didn't get to. And I'm sure we'll have some stuff from Wayne's collection. So thanks, everybody. Be back tomorrow, less than 24 hours from now, 7 o'clock. And we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.